Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, the Coach Coop Show. Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, the Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show.
Hey yo! What's going on, Miami Hurricanes fans and my college football family, which does not include, look, I'm just going to say it. I'm going to come on here and say it. Apparently does not include Wake Forest Demon Deacon fans because I can't find one. Not a single one. I cannot even begin to explain. Words cannot describe the level of disappointment this week in the Wake Forest fan base. I am not a dummy. I understand that not everyone has heard of the Coach Coop YouTube channel. You know, not everybody wants to come be a guest over on my show. I'm not stupid. I know that. But are you telling me there was not one single person on the entire internet, all of social media, that was willing to come on and talk Wake Forest football for 10 to 15 minutes? Not one. I understand that Wake Forest is 4-6. They are fighting for their lives for bowl eligibility. They have to win their next two games, which includes us, and I think they close with Duke. Don't quote me on that. Brain's been a little foggy this week. I think Duke. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, okay? But you're telling me that I actually had to turn down several Ball State fans because they were fighting over who got to be on the show.
What it take
Ball
to wear the U
State!
on the side of your helmet.
Screw Wake Forest. They're a party school anyway.
And I could not get... Remember, this is a P4 school. This is a team that is in the ACC, the same conference as us, and not one single person. I hit up all of them. And they all left me unread. It's not that they didn't say no. They just straight up did not respond. Left me unread. I was so disappointed. So for the first time ever since starting the Inside Insight show, at least as far as I can remember, we did not have a guest this week. We did not do a show because Wake Forest, I guess, has no fans. It kind of blew my mind. Maybe they wanted to forget about the game that they have this weekend. You know, I'd be a little scared too. We're upset about the defense. But the offense, even though they struggled against Georgia Tech, I think they're going to come out. Oh, my gosh. What a week, man. What a freaking week. Let me get caught up here right quick, and then we'll get into the shenanigans tonight. I'm looking forward to talking a little bit more about this Miami-Wake Forest matchup. Obviously, we will get to the call-ins here on the tail end of the show, so you will have an opportunity to win $250. I do want to show you my boy Max is locked in. Let's see. We'll see if I can move the camera over. He's locked in and ready for this show. Let me tell you.
This is what it take to wear the U on the side of your
That
helmet.
boy locked in.
Looting law.
Hold on, Zach. I'll
This is
get
what
to
it
it.
take to wear the U on the side of your helmet.
Co-op who's going to win 1 to 9 FSU or 1 to 10 GA CH so.
We'll talk about it. Look at that boy. Him and his dino jammies. Yeah, buddy. He's hyped. He's pumped up for this show. bringing the energy just like I need to see from everybody else, because keep this in mind. This is the final home game of the season. This is potentially your last opportunity to see Cam Ward in a Miami Hurricanes jersey at Hard Rock Stadium. Let that sink in. This is it. We count down the days to college football. It's back, and now it's already almost over. Yep, exactly. And that's why I say potentially, right? So we don't want to take it for granted that this could be. You never know. So let me give some shout-outs here. My man DJ popping in with the 199. 10-1. Double-digit wins would be a huge step forward. Would love to see it. DJ, thank you for the positivity and the energy. Thank you for the 2, my man. Randy with the 2 says, screw Wake Forest. They're a party school anyways. Thank you, Randy. Zach Jones with the 6 months. How we doing, Coop? Hope you're doing okay today. Love you, brother. For Miami's sake, I need every Miami fan rooting for my Jackets on Black Friday against Georgia. Wouldn't that be something? That'd be pretty wild. Yeah. Now, thankfully, hey, real quick, just an update. Miami survives NC State. What do I mean by that? This is simple college football math. I've explained this many times. If a team beats you, any team that then beats that team that beat you also beat you. I hope that makes sense. So if NC State would have beat Georgia Tech, Miami would have also lost to NC State. So Miami would have lost to Georgia Tech and NC State, but thank goodness Georgia Tech survives and beats them by 1 point, 30-29. So Miami avoiding the upset. Didn't want to drop one to the Wolfpack, not with the type of season they've been having. So Zach Jones, thank you for the love. Thank you for the 2 there as well. DJ with the 2. I don't know, man. Who you got? I think Florida State. I think Florida State, for the memes, I'll maybe roll with it, but probably Florida State. But I don't know. It's not impossible. Thank y'all for the love. Jay Wood 305, welcome to the Canes fan, bro. Level 2 at that. Y'all show Jay a nice warm welcome. Welcome to the family, bro. Thank you for doing that. But you will be looking good. I'll put Randy up here atop the throne, and then we'll dive into this thing tonight. Actually, Zach Jones swooping in. Zach Jones.
To wear the U on the side of your helmet.
That way, if Miami loses in the ACCCG, they can still make the playoff cause their regular season loss is to 8-4 GT that beat UGA. I need it.
Hey, I mean, Zach Jones, thank you. Hey, and then, if Georgia Tech beats Georgia, then that means if Miami's only loss is to Georgia Tech and that team beat Georgia, then that makes that loss look not so bad, We can throw this thing in the spin cycle like a lot of other people like to do. I can do that too. Thank you, Zach, for the big 5. I sat you atop your throne. I'll be watching. I will be watching. Now, what time do y'all play, though? What time do you play? It's on Friday. You play at 7:30. Okay, so Georgia Tech and Georgia 7:30. Miami plays Saturday at 3:30 because they have announced the kickoff time for the Syracuse game. So, yeah, watch party? Did someone say watch party?
On the side of your helmet.
Cause let's be real, they gon' try to screw over Miami if they lose the ACCCG cause they lost to GT. I am a realist. 7:30 on Black Friday.
All right. Zach Jones, thank you for another 5. Maybe we could. Maybe we could. Maybe we could. Thank you for the 5, bro. So let's get into it. I appreciate y'all being here. What's going on, Duck? My man Nick Snyder in the building. It was a weird week. Okay, I know I only did the preview video. Was dealing with more kidney stone stuff once again. Again, no Wake Forest fan wanted to do the show. They all ghosted me, left me unread. No walking and venting because it was a bye week. So just kind of a weird week. But tomorrow at noon, a sleepy noon game, the number 8 ranked Miami Hurricanes taking on Wake Forest on ESPN at Hard Rock Stadium. Final home game of the regular season. If Miami wins this game, I know not a lot of people are talking about this, but that would mean Miami did not lose a single home game this season. I know not a lot of people are going to talk about home field advantage due to attendance things, but that is still something that we want to put out there. Hey, Miami did not lose at home if they can beat this Wake Forest team. But Miami is coming off of their second bye week. I noticed that no one's really talking about the bye week curse any longer because Miami broke that earlier this season. Can they do it again? Can they do it,
This is what it takes
again?
to wear the U
Looking good, Jay
on the
Wood.
side of your helmet.
That U's looking good.
Miami playing Wake Forest is literally like a Cat 5 hurricane blowing a fake forest in Jurassic Park.
Well said, Keith. I'm glad you were able to make it, bro. You said at the beginning you were getting kind of sleepy. Didn't know if you were going to be able to pull through. We're here. We're here, Keith. I appreciate the big 5 from you, my man. Thank you for the love. I'm going to let my dog out real quick, and we'll get this thing rolling. Hold on. He's wanting out of here. He said it's too loud. Y'all are being too rowdy.
This is what it takes to wear the U on the side of your helmet.
Dominic Martinez! Good to see you, bro. Good to see you, bro. Thank you for the Big 10 first ever super chat. No message. If you want to leave a message, I will happily pin it up there. I'll pin it up there, man. Thank you for the love. Appreciate you. Thank you.
We ballin', boy.
What Dominic say? This is for you, man. Just got out of boot camp. Go Canes. Let's freaking go, man. Thank you very much. Can we get some shout outs to Dominic? Did I say Dominique? Dominic Martinez says just got out of boot camp. Thank you. Hey, let me give you another one. Thank you, bro. I'm probably butchering the name. You know how I do. Thank you very much for the sacrifice, for serving the country. Appreciate you. Thank you very much, bro. Glenn G with the 24 months. Let's just hope the coaches fixed all the problems on both sides of the ball. I don't know, man. I'd like to believe it. We'll see. It's not impossible, but I think it's a bit of a stretch on the defensive side of the ball. But we'll see. Maybe, we'll talk about it. Maybe Damari Brown does come back. Maybe Alston does see some snaps. Maybe we see some Popo kind of sliding in. I don't know. We'll see. Been a viewer for a long time. Finally got to do this. Thank you, bro. For real. Thank you, my man. And Glenn G, appreciate you. 2 years. 2 years. So Canes have an opportunity to go undefeated at home this season, which would be a pretty cool thing. Obviously, we all already know the story at this point. Miami needs to win out. You have to beat Syracuse. You have to beat Wake Forest, then Syracuse. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So hopefully we will see the ACC championship game. Miami has a big opportunity here. Miami has a big opportunity here. This is a Wake Forest team that's giving up 156 per game on the ground and almost 300 per game through the air. They have this bend, don't break defense that will provide opportunity for the Canes, but Miami's got to score more than 23. That was a piss-poor showing against Georgia Tech with 23 points. They got to get back closer to that 45.
Is it safe to say that we're all pins and needles about these next 2 games?
Yeah.
And when I mean pins and needles, I mean nervous.
This is what it takes
That's fair. And I mean,
to wear the U on the side of your
like,
helmet.
let's talk about it for a second.
Co-op, every team has a better record than FSU law.
You're not. At one point, they had the lowest amount of touchdowns. Was it in the ACC or in the country? I can't remember. I'm not even trying to troll. I know Nick is in here. Joel might be lurking in the shadows. I don't remember, but there's some kind of crazy stat that at one point they had the lowest amount of touchdowns scored in college football or the ACC or in the P4. I don't remember. There are single players that have more touchdowns than Florida State as a team. Man, that's gotta hurt. Wow. Happy Friday, Kermit. Good to see you, Phil Romano. Bob Leach checking in. I see George over there. I'm sorry that you've had to go through that, Keith. That's got to be terrible, man. Got to be terrible. But we're here for you, bro. Like I said, we're here for you. Randy, yes, and Randy saying nervous. And look, Miami fans, even if Miami had lost the Georgia Tech game, might not be quite as nervous if the offense had still did their thing, right? Like if Miami lost that game and both teams were in the 40s and it was some kind of shootout or something, we would say, man, that defense again, letting us down, you know? But the offense could not put up points. It was a Georgia Tech team that I don't want to focus too much on it, but, you know, kind of depleted, ran the ball down Miami's throats, and you have a right to be nervous going into this one because Wake Forest has a pretty darn good running back. They do, and we'll talk about him more in just a moment, but he's great at breaking tackles. He has almost 1,000 yards this season, and they have an opportunity here to really put Miami in a bad spot, lose their last game at home, mess up ACC championship game. Everybody wants to spoil Miami's season. Let's be real. Now, we do want to see, however, if their quarterback, Bachmeier, will play and if he's healthy. He had an injury in the UNC game. They said it was an upper extremity injury, not his throwing arm or shoulder, but the opposite side. Will he be healthy? This guy's been playing football since 2019. He's got a ton of experience. If he does not play, their backup actually has just as much experience. I think he's been playing football since 2019 or 2020, so a very long time, but they want Bachmeier. They need Bachmeier. And I think we'll see him play, but given how there's not a lot of coverage for Wake Forest, I can't find an update. And I don't know if they just keep it under wraps, kind of like how Miami does when they're very vague about injuries, but I can't really find anything. And there's also the fact, great point, Kevin, good to see you. Miami is a massive favorite going into this one, which shocked me, honestly. 25 points? Yo, 25 points? That's a lot. And I actually don't have the Canes covering that, but we'll see. We'll see. That kind of shocked me a little bit. Let's jump over and take a quick look at the weather report for tomorrow. It is going to be a beautiful day for football. Obviously, the eastern half of the country anyways, can't speak for everyone. I know in Tennessee it was like that. A massive cold front rolled through. There were some areas not too far from me that actually got snow yesterday and today, which is uncommon for this time of year. So tomorrow at kickoff at noon, it's only going to be 68, which is kind of crazy, right? So 68 degrees, but look at this. 0% chance of precipitation. Just look at it,
My
guys.
story about a wife I never had was a joke. After the show,
Oh.
read the entire joke I told.
Oh.
It will make you laugh.
Oh, my apologies. Oops. I'm over here like being like, Keith, moment of silence for your wife. It was a wife you never had. You never had. There we go. Oops. You know how I am, Keith. I read them and I do process it, but sometimes I miss key parts of it because I'm trying to multitask. My bad. Thank you for another 5. I'll roll back and look.
We ballin', boy.
Melissa, maybe. Are you going to go to the game? You could rock a hoodie in 70 degrees, right? Especially tailgating. Look at this. 9 a.m. tailgate, 60 degrees. Oh, yes. Absolutely hoodie weather. I agree. Martinez, there he is. Mr. Martinez, level 2. Welcome to the Canes fan, bro. Enjoy those Canes fan member only emotes that you by your name. Appreciate you, my man. Popping off tonight. Thank you for the love. This should be a gorgeous day for football. No chance of rain. Sunny, not even cloudy, bro. 70 degrees. Perfect. I do call-ins, yes. We'll open the phone line up here in a few minutes. Absolutely. Good to see you as well, Patty. Also, we'll take a look at the team captains for tomorrow. You have Mr. Automatic.
This is what it take.
Andy Borregales.
To where
Now,
you
hey, hold on.
on the side of your
Hold on.
I heard Jimbo wants his job back. Lol, tears of joy.
DJ, thank you for the 2. I'm liking the jokes tonight. I'm digging the jokes. You have Andy Borregales, Jalen Rivers, Malinoa, Cam Ward front and center. You also have Mesidor. That's right. I couldn't see the jersey fold there. You have Akeem Mesidor, Xavier Restrepo, and Mish Powell. Bro. More so even than Cam Ward for me. And look, I love Cam Ward. Cam Ward has taken this team to a new level. Get it together, Coop. He has elevated the team this season. This is your last chance, possibly, to see Xavier Restrepo at Hard Rock Stadium. And I keep saying possibly because we have to see how things play out, with the CFP and other different things. There's no guarantees with any of that. But for the regular season, I can say, because Syracuse is away, this is your last chance to see Xavier Restrepo at home. Yo. He will go down as one of the greats. You guys have seen the records that he has broken at Miami, and he will go down as one of my favorite players of all time. And I will still never forget when I sent him that DM and asked him to come on to my show 2 years ago, and he instantly responded and said, I would love it. I'll do anything for the fans. Word for word. That's what he said. And it's not that other players haven't had that same mindset when I brought them onto the show, but just the way that he carries himself on and off the field, he does all the right things, he says all the right things, he puts his head down, he works. And I'm telling you, man, he was willing to talk before the stream, he was willing to hang out and talk after the stream, he hangs out after games and autographs things for the kids and the fans. Just such a likable dude. And he went through, a time where some Canes fans were hating on him a little bit. And he just kept his head down. He kept working. And now we're wishing we could have him for 4 or 5 more years. I would give anything to have a dude like X on the team every single season. Love that dude to death. It's going to do great things. I think he will play on Sundays, without a doubt. And I think he will succeed. Uniform combo for tomorrow. My favorite. This is, I don't know if I've told y'all this. This is my personal favorite. Green over white. Love it. Love it. Love it. So that is the uniform combo for tomorrow. Now, I do also have an announcement. I was going to share this the other day, but I did not want to be the one to break the news. So I'm going to go ahead and break it here this week now that it's been on social media. I think it's okay to say something about it. And man, you guys know how I feel about this guy, so I got to suck it up and
This is what it takes
and put a smile on my
to wear
face.
the U
All
on the
right.
side of your helmet.
Man, I am gonna miss this season, especially
Yep.
X-Man.
Yep. Think about it, man. It's been a while since, if Miami can get a double-digit win season, think how long it's been since we've seen that. Right flick shorts, and I understand all the shortcomings and the issues. Man, look, we can nitpick it, and we will, but it's never perfect. You can go to an Oregon Forum, a team that's undefeated, number 1 in the country, and they're still going to be nitpicking and complaining about things. You just got to try to overcome it. You have to, address it. And I still am enjoying the heck out of this season. Enjoying the heck out of it, man. It's been such a fun ride so far. Thank you for the 2 flicks. But let me give y'all the extra special announcement. As you can see in this picture, Mac Brown expecting a baby boy. I didn't want to be the one to break it last week. I didn't want to say anything. But it's officially official, so I can come out here and say it. He's going to continue to coach until he raises his son to 18 years old. He will then take over his position as head coach at the University of North Carolina. So very, very happy for that guy, as much as I'd love to just sock him right in the face with that shit-eating grin that he's got. I can't hate on him growing the family, Well, y'all not going to congratulate him? Okay. All right. So I can suck it up. I can set my Canes fandom to the side, but y'all can't. Okay. All right. The reality here, the announcement for the time being, all right, and I'm actually very happy about this, believe it or not. Let me explain. Mac Brown has stated that he will remain the head coach at North Carolina in 2025, and he says and beyond. And beyond. And we need him to, because I'm sure many of you are aware of this, Miami has not beaten UNC with Mac Brown as the head coach. Literally never got the best of this guy while he's been the head coach at North Carolina. We did not get the pleasure of playing them this year, and we do not play them next year. So, Mr. Mac, I need you to stay the head coach at UNC until at least 2026 when we play you again, because this cannot be a thing. It cannot be a thing that Miami never beat Mac Brown at UNC. Please. It just can't.
Thanks for the shout out, go Canes.
Hey, thank you, Martinez. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the 2. No, I can't. I don't like the guy. I can respect him. All joking aside, look, he didn't do himself any favors with this. But to be fair, they didn't say, "Cheese, Mac, we're taking a picture." He's on the sideline. He's probably losing this football game, so he's kind of, he's stressed. He's frustrated. He's bloated. Heartburn is ramping up. I totally get it. I'm right there with him. So not a very flattering picture, but I hope he stays. I do hope he stays. Because that's an embarrassing stat. Really, truly, it is. So, again, with this Wake Forest game, massive 25-point underdog. Their running back is pretty darn good. Miami just gave up 271 on the ground to Georgia Tech and had no answers. Wake Forest likes to run that weird, slow mesh offense. We talked about it in my preview video, and it's interesting. There are going to be times where if you haven't watched Wake Forest games this season, You're going to be watching that game and you're going to be like, what did they just do? Wait a minute. Run that back? What just happened? It's so interesting to watch. And I have that clip that I was sharing on my preview video. Let's see if I've still got it. We don't want to get a copyright strike, obviously. Hold up. Just in case you haven't seen it. What's up, Rocky? Here we go.
He's certainly capable of that. He's certainly capable of that.
And all you got to do, look, I'm not trying to sit here and be a film breakdown guy or anything. Just watch the quarterback and running back here.
He's certainly capable of that. There's that slow mesh, pulls it back and throws a complete.
It's so interesting. And this is something that, as a Miami fan, look, I'm not going to lie. And you can tell me what you think. Miami is either going to eat this up or we're going to be frustrated all afternoon. I don't know. Bro. It truly, with the way this defense is played, and this is my problem. I'm not being negative. But, like, it could go either way. I don't know. That D-line might have a field day. But not with the way they've been playing. Not with the way Dawson's been scheming it up. No. So we need a great game, right? Right. And just, bro, listen. I'm a little scared. Okay, look, don't clip this. I am a little scared. I'm not gonna lie. But I would like to think that the bye week hopefully actually did some good. And Miami has some answers for this slow mesh offense that Wake Forest runs. Good to see you, Alex. I don't have Miami covering with the points. But I do have them winning by 18. I have 42-24. I do have the Canes bouncing back offensively. Defense, I think they're still going to continue to do what they've been doing, which is giving up big plays. I think there'll be some confusion. I think there'll be continue to be communication issues on the back end. But I've got 42-24, and we'll see with the injuries. Right? So everybody's saying, Coop, come on now. Damari Brown back, Alston back. Maybe Rodriguez plays. Maybe, who else was it? Maybe Popo rotates in here and there. Damari Brown is the big one, of course. I'm not going to hold my breath just because Mario said it's a game time decision. Maybe he does play. And if he does, that's great because that's someone that Miami has needed. He's been very missed. He locked them down in the Florida game. But then you also have to remember, now, let me preface this with saying that I would still take him back. I would take Damari Brown back yesterday. There is a chance, though, that he comes in and maybe he's a little bit rusty. He's not played in a game since week 1. So, have to kind of be prepared for that. Hopefully, if he does play, he's 100%. I don't want them to rush him because there should be, hopefully, conference championship and beyond. Might need him for that as well. So, we'll see. We know how injuries typically are with Miami. We know how that's been, so I don't know what to think about it. I do not know. I'm not. Maybe he plays, maybe he doesn't. If we are scared awake, then we aren't good enough for the playoffs. Oh, no, I mean, the thing is, that defense does not scream confidence. I'm worried about the defense like we have been. I think the offense bounces back. I don't think it has anything to do with the Georgia Tech game. I think they're just ready to play. But we'll see. Chris Cantu says 58-17. A 50 burger would be great. I'll also share the post from Canes football. This was just pretty cool to see, man. They do this thing where there are kids with special needs. And they bring them in and they let them meet players and do different things. Please, Miami, don't copyright strike me for this. I'm just trying to share it with the fans. Just showing the video. They had brought a kid in here, and they surprised him with meeting Cam Ward, and it was just very wholesome. It was just kind of a cool thing to see. So I'll show you the clip here right quick. Let's see. What's up, Straight Street 6? So you can see his reaction. He doesn't know that Cam Ward is behind him. And we'll get right back to football, y'all. I know that's what we're here to talk. But just take a look at this when he realizes Cam is behind him. That was so cool because look at him, bro. He's hitting the touchdown celly, right? Look at that. And he turns around. Bam! Cam Ward's like, what's up, bro? Bro, I love that stuff. I freaking love that stuff, man. And they do the touchdown celly at each other. Little things like that, man. Look, obviously, you know, that's not going to win you a football game. I'm not stupid, right? Doesn't have any effect on that kind of stuff. But it's nice to see. It's a kind gesture. You know, and that's really cool because a lot of these kids, man, listen, they look up to these guys, right? They look up to these athletes. He sees Cam Ward on the big screen doing the touchdown celly. He's running around doing it. Feels cool. I remember that feeling, bro. That's what you got to remember. I remember being that kid that went to school in middle school, right? With that U on my chest, and I felt like the coolest kid in school. And it would have, man, I can't imagine what it would have felt like to meet one of those players when I was a kid. You know what I mean? So, you know, making a difference, taking time, meeting the kids like that, that's super important to me. That's very, very important to me. So with all that being said, man, I think that Miami wins tomorrow. I hope they're not sleepwalking since it is a noon kickoff. I hate the noon kickoffs, but it is what it is. I don't think they want to go out losing at home. Final home game of the regular season. I think you see Cam Ward play well. I think defense still gives up some plays. I think Wake Forest throws everything at Miami plus the kitchen sink, and they find the end zone and they see some success. But I would like to hope, that a 4-win football team does not come in and knock Miami out of a conference championship game, potentially. They gotta finish the season, but potentially knock them out of a conference championship game at home. Surely not, right? Surely not. But the football's got to be played, and we'll find out tomorrow. We'll find out. Uniform combo tomorrow. Ronald is green over white. Green over white. So with all that being said, I've spoke my piece. Shall we open the floodgates? Should we get the phone lines opened up? I think maybe we should do it. Let's see here. So here's how it works if you're new here. What you want to do is you want to call the phone number on the left-hand side of your screen, 865-229-4131. Predict the correct score for the game, and you win $250. It's as simple as that. We can talk about the game for a few minutes if you want. You don't have to. You can give a score and dip. It's up to you. I'll break the ice. Don't be shy. We're all family here. Don't be nervous. Just pick up the phone. Give me a call. Let's have somebody win this. Let's have somebody win it. Let me prep my my desk here. Let's get ready. Get ready. And let's have some fun tonight. We'll keep it relatively short. We won't go super late tonight just because we do have the noon game, which is but early for me. So we'll keep it relatively short tonight. What's up, Goose? Well, let's get it opened up here. Hopefully we won't have any issues either like we did last week. That was a pain in the booty. Now let's keep the chat active. Let's keep chopping it up. Let's keep having some fun. Let's get the debates going. Obviously, there ain't going to be no Wake Forest fans in here. We know that. Yo, Nick, what's up?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm a doing. I'm a doing. How was the Taco Bell?
It was good. Had the craving. You hit me with it yet again.
Yep.
The Lux box.
I've
Can't
always
help it.
I've always said once we get the Taco Bell sponsorship, I've made it. Not Miami sponsoring me, not Adidas sponsoring me. I need that TB sponsorship.
At some point, we gotta get you that. I gotta send them some videos.
Yep. So Nick,
Uh,
go ahead.
Well, Wake Forest. Interesting, frustrating offense. It's kind of like the ACC's gimmick offense of the conference. Slightly better to play that than against Georgia Tech's old triple option. That was the worst to try to prepare for.
Yeah, definitely. Don't miss that at all.
No. Speaking of Georgia Tech, real quick, because we haven't had a week between. Shout outs to Zach. He gets to say whatever he wants. I stuck my neck out there for Miami and talked all that trash. And yeah, Georgia Tech just owns the state of Florida. Apparently, I'm actually hoping. I think it'll be justice. I don't think Florida State's going to beat Florida. So when Florida becomes bowl eligible, I hope they play Georgia Tech and Georgia Tech stomps them too, just for the trifecta. Go beat all the teams. Why not?
Yeah, but hold on. Whoa. Wait a minute, though. How will the college football math work if that's the case? Because Miami beat Florida, but then lost to Georgia Tech. But then if Georgia Tech then beats Florida, where does that leave Miami? That makes the math complicated. Does it cancel out the Florida win? Does it?
I don't know, but whatever you come up with is better than what this committee has been saying. So
Fair. Okay.
they're up to their no good tactics, just making up stuff every week.
Yeah.
That's what we expected. It's a TV show. It's not a hard and fast. If the games were played today.
But I said I kind of regret saying that I'm scared to play Wake Forest because I don't want to give off the impression that I think they're a better football team than Miami. I just feel like as a Miami fan, right? I got ate alive during the offseason because I said I'm gonna go 10-2. I was at 9-3. I said I'm gonna go 10-2. It's just a shot in the dark. So it's I'm just saying that I always add there's gonna be that game. Right? That's what I always say. I'm like, there's going to be that game. And I'm not going to lie. Week-to-week predictions? Heck no. I predicted Miami to beat Georgia Tech. Obviously.
Yeah.
But then here it comes. Here's that stupid game. Should not have happened. Should have beat that team. And now, it's not like I'm flipping a switch and now I'm backpedaling and being like, I don't know about this team now. But I am a little more nervous just because I don't want them to fall back into what they did in the past. Because now, look, they just lost a game they should not have lost. That's something they used to do pretty often.
Yeah.
Now they enter another bye week. Should be a positive. It was a positive earlier this season, but it wasn't in the past. So I need to see them not spiral down out of control and actually bounce back and play well and beat a team that they should beat. Because at the end of the day, this is a Wake Forest team that's won 4 football games.
Right. But as an FSU fan, this is something, especially after last season, I have a little expertise on. When you're undefeated late in the season, you're just like, okay, just don't screw it up, guys. Please don't screw this up. Like the Pitt game, we had so many injuries during that game. None of our wide receivers were playing. We're just like, can we do something to get across the finish line? Jordan Travis goes down. And you're just like, oh my God, we have this dream season going. Can we rally? Can we do something? We squeak by, we get the ACC championship. So you're just kind of hoping, and they're like, can we just do enough? And the defense stepped up for us in that year. For you guys, I don't know, is there going to be an awakening? Because sometimes you can have late in the year where something does drastically change, whether it's a mentality. There's not much with scheme you can do. It's just the players actually performing what the coaches are trying to teach. I don't think Miami's coaches are teaching incorrect technique. It's just on the players to actually execute. The Georgia Tech game, they did not execute on offense very well, and the defense was kind of as expected. To make a run, you need the defense to elevate by even a tick, but that offense has got to be putting up 40 and outscoring people.
Yeah, I don't think there's any kind of great awakening. I think they just kind of are who they are. I think they continue to play the way they've been playing, and it doesn't mean that they can't win it all that way. I mean, it doesn't have to everything go perfect to make it all the way to a national championship and even possibly win it.
Yeah, but that's where I say it's on the players. Like for Florida State, it was disc and verse. Like for whatever reason, halfway through the season, they figured something out and they started to gel so well that they became truly disruptive. That's why the defense took that next step. Now on Miami, if you have some players able to do that, then you can see an elevation in play. But it's up to them, and it's just like one of those things we just won't know until they do it.
Yeah, that's true. Well then, speaking of the Wake Forest game specifically here, I'm going to kick us over to the Kim K cam, which I went back. I took down the expensive camera and put the cheap one back up here because, believe it or not, I prefer it. I think it really reminds people that, hey, here's the camera that's high quality. We put the work in to make this one look good. Here's a reminder of this is what my main camera used to be. So that way there's kind of a contrast. You see the difference between the two. It makes you appreciate the main camera even more if we have a crappy one that we cut to. That's just my thought process, anyways.
So last time I told you I did that dice rolling thing.
Yeah.
And that actually spit out a decent number for that game. This one, I'm not winning the score prediction, but I'm going to stick to it just so you guys know I'm actually rolling dice.
Okay.
It came up with 61-51.
Wait. Nick, it came up with what?
61 and 51.
And you're going to go with it? You want to?
Oh no! Well, I mean, it's if I'm doing the dice roll technique and I'm letting the dice decide, then I can't say no, right? Like, gotta be honest. So yeah, I'll give it to Miami, but yeah, if 61-51 hits, that would be hilarious.
I'll be honest. If it's 61-51, I'll double it and we'll take it from 250 to 500. How about that? I'm serious.
I think that's a safe bet.
All right, I'm gonna lock it in. 61-51. Now, just so you guys, if you weren't here for the Georgia Tech game, basically what Nick did is he took some dice, he rolled it, and he said, okay, here's the first number, here's the second number, and so on. Come up with a score prediction that way, because guess what? College football is pretty darn unpredictable. I can sit here and crunch the numbers. I can do these crazy complex mathematical equations and be off by 20-plus points on both sides. It just is what it is. So, who knows? Who knows,
Yep, not even Vegas, but that one's a bad one. But we'll just roll with it, see what happens.
All right, Nick. The Florida State fan, Nick Snyder, I appreciate you calling in tonight, bro.
Anytime. Y'all take care.
Appreciate you.
Bye.
Look, you got to give it to him. He's sticking with it. Right? He's sticking with it. Here's what we can do. Nick, hold on. I think I found some. Here we go. It's nothing special, Nick, but I could try your technique. Come on, camera. There we go. I could try your technique and put my dice roll score down and see if it's any closer than my real score. How about that? Yeah, the camera hates the clear dice. Yeah, you think Cam fumbles this game away? Absolutely not. No, sir. So it's telling me you just have to trust. You just have to trust. I'm not going to fake it. 33 Just got to trust. The dice said 33-15. So there's my dice roll. I'll take Nick Snyder's technique. We'll see if it's closer than my actual score of 42-24. I made note of it, 33-15. 33-15. All right.
We ballin', boy. We ballin', boy.
Randy! My man Randy stepping up. Growing the family tonight. Thank you for the hype, Randy. I know there's not a lot of hype, and I'll be honest, I feel like there's not a lot of hype going into this game from Canes fans, which is a bit of a head scratcher, but this happened coming off of the last bye week. It's like people have to get back in football mode again. I don't think it's not that they're not excited. And I mean, even at 9-1, you can say people fell off the wagon. Like Miami lost a game, forget it. The conference championship is still in play. The CFP is still in play. I think Canes fans are locked in. It's a noon kickoff. It's off a bye week. It's a 4-win Wake Forest team. Like, hype is kind of at a minimum. And Wake Forest fans, again, refuse to engage. Number one, there's very few of them. That just is what it is. Just facts. It's not a shot. And number two, they just aren't. They don't want, the ones that are there don't want to go toe-to-toe. Don't want to go toe-to-toe. Randy, which is understandable. Thank you, Randy, for the 5 gifted Canes fan memberships. And I got to tell you something. You got a Florida State fan and a Tennessee fan in there. Beautiful, Randy. Beautiful work. I'm going to have to pay the overtime wizard some overtime for that work that he put in with that one. Excellent. Excellent job, Randy. They're going to be so upset the next time they type something in the chat. But C. Dola, good man. Flight of the Kingfisher and Whoopsie 4. Welcome to the fam. Welcome. Alex Snow says, I doubt Hard Rock is packed this week. It won't be. And that is a shame, but again, Hard Rock will never be consistently sold out, ever. It just won't be. It doesn't matter how much Miami is winning. We're talking about, look, you can look at pretty much every game this season, and that's what opposing teams fans said. Look at y'all. You're undefeated, you're ranked, and you still can't pack the Rock. It will never consistently be sold out, and it just is what it is. We've talked a million times about the reasons why. It'd be cool if it was, but it won't be. This is Cam Ward's final game at Hard Rock Stadium, potentially. It is the final of the regular season. Same for Xavier Restrepo. Same for these other seniors. But it's at noon. It's a 4-win Wake Forest team. It will not be a big, crazy, sellout, rowdy crowd. It just won't. And I'm not being a negative Canes fan. That's the reality. Sometimes you have to accept reality and just be real and honest. And that's what it is. That's what it is. And I know some people say the reason why people would get upset at me in the past when I said that is they were like, Coop, you can't speak on it. You don't even live in Miami. Well, I don't know. I don't know why that matters. Just look at the stadium. You see it on the TV, right? And number two, people said, well, that's going to affect recruiting negatively. What helps recruiting is winning. Playing in a packed stadium, if you're only winning 4, 5, or 6 football games, is not going to matter to that recruit. Yes, it's cool to play in front of a packed house. The players want that college vibe and environment, so it is a factor. But winning is what matters most. They want to see guys getting put in the NFL in their position, and they want to have an opportunity to play for a national championship. Those are the most important things. For, those relationships with the coaches, the head coach, their position coach, those are the things that matter. So me coming on here and saying that Miami's never going to consistently sell out Hard Rock Stadium is not a shot. It's just facts. And if you just go ahead and accept it, when opposing teams fans say, you can't sell out Hard Rock. Look at that piss poor showing of fans. It just rolls off my back. I don't even care. I literally do not even care. Because that's what it's always going to be. It's what it always has been. It's what it will forever be. Again, I'm not going to lay out the reasons because we've done that 100+ times. I don't need to. We already know why that's the case. Oh, just whatever. I don't care. I don't care. Now, if Miami fans do want to start packing the rock, awesome. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Yeah. Let's open it back up. So people were asking, how do I call in? You just call that phone number right there. It's kind of a lottery system, so it will not place you on hold. There's not a line. It's I open the floodgate. Once I do, I answer the first call that comes through. It's simple as that. Simple as that. I went to the last Miami versus Syracuse game in 2017. Also met Stephen Morris. Heck yeah. I wonder what he's up to these days. I know Jacory is a firefighter. I don't know what Stephen Morris is up to. I think that Kaya owns several restaurants. I think in California, right? But I don't know. I don't know about old Morris. Need to try to catch up with him and see.
I don't know what Stephen Morris is up to. I think that.
Is this Mr. George?
Let me mute you on the internet here. Okay.
Perfect.
How's it going, Coop?
Perfect. George, it's going. It's going, man. How about you?
Alex Snow, I have no idea who that is, said tomorrow his last day in the student section. That isn't, man. That's like the birth of a child or the death of a loved one, or that's a big day. That's some emotional.
That is. No, man,
yeah.
that is. So hopefully, right, George, Miami gets the win for him. You know?
Oh, it's over. It's over. I asked your friends in the chat section in case I get through and I got to make the official pick to give me some advice. So I got a good one, 41-17. But I'm going to think they're going to get a garbage touchdown in the last 30 seconds or something. So maybe 41-24. I'll let you know when I make my official choice.
Yeah, because it's not official unless we go to the Kim K prediction cam, which you know that. So
yeah.
we gotta wait for that. Can I ask?
I don't want to get
without, and I mean this respectfully. Respectfully.
Okay.
Without going into a deep dive tangent here, who do you have for your game? If you guys don't know, George is a big-time Florida fan. Obviously, you have a chance at the Swamp to do something crazy here and beat a top 10 Ole Miss team. Who do you have for your game tomorrow?
I thought you would ask me something serious like, can America beat China and Russia in a world war? But since you made it something simple
What
like
makes you
Florida
think we win
versus
more
Ole
than
Miss,
10 look others?
fuck Ole Miss. We will beat them. I guarantee it.
You think Napier can get the best of the Lane train?
It has nothing to do with Napier. We got DJ Lagway and LJ McCray. Why you got Cam Ward and
Don't bring us into this, George. We done beat y'all. We don't need that. This is a dead combo.
I predict we will play in a bowl game at the end of the season. You won't make the playoffs, and they will put the Gators versus Miami and Orlando or something. I want to play you again so bad.
So you're one of those fans, George, that says if Lagway had played the whole game, you would have beat Miami week 1. Is that right?
He's never lost a college game he started and played. Did you tell me? What do you think would have happened?
I think you would lose. I honestly think you would lose by more.
I think you might be wrong. You may be right, but you may be
Here's
wrong.
the thing. I think Lagway is a good quarterback. I think that if he stays at Florida, I think he'll do well. I don't think if he plays week 1 against Miami with the way that Miami was playing offensively against that Florida defense, I don't think Florida would have been able to match Miami offensively with Lagway. Game 1.
I've been watching football forever. The only guy I ever saw do what DJ Lagway does was Joe Burrow. It was so frustrating when he was the quarterback at that last year at LSU when they just beat everybody down by 30 points. Remember that? Joe Burrow and LSU? That's what this Florida quarterback can do. He just throws the ball to where the receiver should be fucking going. He'll do it anytime, every time. I don't know why other quarterbacks can't do that. Your quarterback takes the ball and he goes, I'm going to run in little circles in the backfield for 5 minutes and see what happens. Oh, I can't. Cam Ward, man, can you just stand there and throw the ball one time ever, please? Can you just, like, stand there and throw the ball? No, I'm going to go run in circles and hold the ball in one hand and see what happens. Man, oh,
George,
man, oh, man.
does Napier have you on the payroll? You can be honest.
I'm just an honest fan. I feel sorry for Miami. I think you should rename your team the Masochist. You know, what they've been doing to you for like the last 25 years is just unacceptable. I think maybe you gave yourself the death penalty. You know, the SEC would have let you in, but you don't have a stadium. How can we let you in our conference? You don't even have a fucking stadium. So get a stadium and call us back.
Well, here's the great news, George. Assuming that Lagway stays at Florida, and boy, oh boy, do I hope he does, we see y'all next year. We see y'all next year. So, look, and we won't have Cam. We won't even have him.
It will be the first time you ever get a full stadium. They will come to see DJ Lagway. You'll fill up the stadium for the first time ever. You know, everybody come see DJ and LJ.
I couldn't believe the sheer amount of Florida fans that were in my mentions this week talking about how you would have whooped us week 1 with Lagway. And I knew that's what the spin was going to be. George, all I heard about was the savior Graham Mertz and that completion percentage. And now
I'm not like any of them. I've been here 10 years. I'm here hell or high water. I don't know. I'm glad they're speaking out and talking, but yeah.
All right, so
I'm
let's.
Here the good.
Either way,
the good and bad.
Either way, that game already happened. We got the W. You took an L. We'll see you next year. I need to know what you think about Miami Wake Forest. Now you kind of gave a preview. Let me kick it over just in case, because I feel like you're about to say some numbers.
I was going to say I think if Georgia Tech beats Georgia, it would help your strength of schedule.
I'm worried about Wake Forest tomorrow.
Well, don't be.
By worried, I don't mean. I mean as in, right? Like Miami can't control what Georgia Tech does or does not do to Georgia. They can control what they do to Wake Forest.
Just for shits and giggles, the whole world would have a holiday if Georgia Tech beat Georgia.
Yeah, it would be funny. Okay, I gotta say, all right.
I know it's not going to happen, but Jesus Christ, your strength of schedule would go up 9 points, you know.
So what do you got for me, George? What do you got for me?
The guy in the chat section, I asked for help. He said 41-17, but I'm changing his pick. My official guess is 41-24 because I think they might get a touchdown, you know, in scrub time when you put your third string in.
Okay. Third string. I like it. Okay.
I know. Yeah.
So
that's only if Cam Ward doesn't lose 3 fumbles. I mean, I can't get that picture out of my mind.
How many times, George, has Cam Ward fumbled this entire season? I can't get the picture out of my mind of
Cam Ward dropping the ball.
How many fumbles does he have this entire season, George? How many?
It doesn't matter. That's just that one that's burned into my brain with a game on the line. Yeah, give me a break. And I predicted it, by the way. Silly fool. Tell them to quit running in circles in the backfield. What a dumbass. That's not a quarterback. That's a confused running back.
Now, see, this is where people say, get this man off the phone, right, George? What they don't understand is I enjoy hearing opposing teams' fans bark that have 5 wins, right?
I'm on your side.
I love it when opposing teams' fans come in here and they yap it up and they're barking big time, but they got 5 wins. So
I know you have connections to the football team. Call the coach and tell him to tell Cam Ward to stand there like a quarterback and throw the ball downfield. Stop doing that.
The ones that
before
bark
you get,
the
before you
loudest
get in trouble.
and hate
Before
watch
you
are
leave
the ones that
fucking-
are 50% and less.
is what it
5 and freaking 5,
To where
man.
you
I
on the
guess
side of your
I guess
Why do these
41-24
Gators
for you.
have
I'm
such
not totally
audacity,
against
DJ
you.
Trash?
41-24 Miami.
All
Book
right.
it, Don.
I got you locked in
and-
for the 250, George.
I need that 250. I hope I'm right.
Well, I got you locked in.
All right. Love you guys.
All right. Appreciate
Even if you cheer for Miami. But
appreciate you, George. We'll see your team next year. Don't worry. You'll get a shot.
I'll be watching you on Saturday. I'll
Huh?
see what happens.
We'll be here.
Bye.
All right. Peace, bro. What's up, Thomas? Good to see you. I'm telling you, Florida fans, man, I put a tweet out and they got all mad. And then Florida State fans started coming at me. Did you see that, Nick? I put a tweet out and they said it was Josh Pate and him saying, you didn't play DJ Lagway. He wasn't talking about Miami, right? I'm not dumb. I went back and found the clip and got the context of what Josh Pate was saying. He wasn't talking about Miami. But then when he made that statement, a bunch of Florida Gator fans jumped in my mentions and said, Coop, man, if we would have played, if y'all would have played with Lagway, if we would have started Lagway, it would have been it would have been a wrap. In the swamp, we would have handled y'all. And I called them out, and I said, no. You said you had the advantage at the quarterback position with Graham Mertz at home going up against Cam Ward, new quarterback in this offense, first game on the road, week 1. You said you have the advantage at quarterback. And they said, no, we did not say that. We didn't say that. And I said, I have clips of you saying that. And I have comments from fans with Florida Gator profile pics saying that in my comment section. And then Florida State fans had the audacity to show up under that tweet and back up the Florida fans. Since when did a group of Florida State fans and Florida fans team up to try to go up against Miami fans? It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. So then I start showing clips. I start posting pictures of the comments on my video. And I said, here's the proof. Here you go. I have a literal receipts folder on my desktop. It says receipts. I save them. Here we go. Y'all said, Mertz, look at that completion percentage. He's going to eat y'all alive. You've never played anywhere like this. And guess what? They all either blocked me or ghosted me after that. Would not respond. The game has been played. If you had a young quarterback Lagway that's that talented and you think that you could have beat Miami week 1 with him, well, gosh darn it, Billy Napier should have started him over Mertz. I am not saying that a team can't improve throughout the season. Florida has gotten better. I think they are better with Lagway. But, man, the game's already been played. It's over. I don't want to hear it. You've got next year.
COOP, they
There's
want
always-
Cam Ward so bad it's so
There's
obvious.
always next year, you know? Flick Shorts, thank you for the 2. I appreciate you. Good grief, man. Unbelievable. Good to see you, IMAX, Chris Kane, Chris Brown, War Tiger, Eagles. We did. I love the conversations that George brings in. Nah, see, man, I love it. I love the different point of views. I enjoy those conversations. I like, people said with the Inside Insight shows, man, Coop, you're letting these people come up in here and prop their team up and talk about them. Good. Dig that hole, man. Dig it deeper and deeper. And then after the game, that's where we jump in the comments and we say, ha ha, LMAO, LOL, KW, LaMau. Right? I am giving them an opportunity to just talk in circles, and then they have to come back and eat crow and face the music at the end of the week. I don't know how people haven't caught on to that. Some of you have. Any tickets available? Did you send me a text? Somebody sent me a text and was asking for tickets. Not that I know of right now, but I'll see if I can find any last minute. I can check for you. Let's get it open back up. What's up, Jesus? Good to see you. Good to see you. Y'all get in here. Let's have some fun, man. That got me amped up. Man. George has got me like, I'm actually sweating. I'm sweating after that one. Let's go. Chop a gal with the 305. 50 burger.
To wear the U
Oh, yeah.
on the side of your helmet.
Oh, yeah.
Go Canes.
I hope so.
56 to 10.
Tropigal, thank you for the loves. I had my CT scan today. I'll find out on Monday, Tropigal. Yo. We have a 334. Who we got?
Yep.
What's up? Who we
This
got?
Chris Kane too, man.
Chris Kane.
Chris Kane too.
Did you change your number?
No, this is Chris Kane too.
Chris Kane 2.
Can too.
Can 2.
Yeah.
Spell that for me.
CANTU.
Can 2. Okay. Not to be confused with Chris. There's another Chris in here. There's like 3 Chris's in here. Okay. Is this your first time calling into the show?
This is.
Heck yeah, let's freaking go.
I've been trying to get in here a couple times. This is the first time in it now.
Let's go. We love first time callers. That's freaking awesome, man. So, Miami fan, right?
Yes.
Okay, good deal. Rooting for the good guys. Man, are you sad to see Cam Ward go? Xavier Restrepo, like, who you gonna miss the most?
Probably Xavier.
Yeah.
Restrepo, I mean, we ain't had nobody like him in years. This whole team turned around in 1 year. I hope we could hit the portal again this year and get some good players in.
Yeah, it's someone who I've said it matters to me when they do all the things right off the field as well. Because, right, you see some of the extracurricular stuff, let's say, with Georgia, right, with all the bad press and all the stuff coming up that could impact recruiting and some other things. And with Restrepo, man, you never heard a peep out of any of that. You know what I mean? He just kept his head down, just grinding, putting in the work. And I know there were a few games here and there, like Florida State fans all point to last year, you know, where he was popping off. And then I think he had no catches possibly in that game, or maybe only 1 or 2, but I think it was none. But you can't deny the records that he's breaking. And everyone said it was just TBD, but then he's still been a go-to guy plenty of times for Cam. I'm in the same boat. I'm going to miss that guy so freaking much.
I am too. Him and, I mean, Cam Ward, he come in and he changed it up this year for us, and he gave all guys a shot. And it is going to suck to see both of them go, for real.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So what about this Wake Forest? What do you think about that slow mesh, man? Have you seen any Wake Forest games?
I've watched 1 or 2 of them, and I've been trying to catch up on some highlights on this slow mesh thing. And I think it's going to be difficult for us our defense to be able to stop it, honestly. I think it's going to slow us down a little bit, but I think once they zone into it, I think this bye week's actually going to help them out. They've been studying. I think that's one of the plays they've been studying the most on it.
I think I don't want to sound like a hypocrite because bye weeks have not been kind to Miami minus this season. But maybe this time, I'm not talking about bouncing back off the Georgia Tech loss because you know my stance on that. Yeah. But I think they might have needed it to really grasp what Wake Forest does offensively. It's not that it's super complicated, I guess, but just look at the way the defense has struggled at times this season. So maybe, fingers crossed, the timing of the bye week actually does benefit them with this.
I think it actually will. I've been watching a lot of the interviews with a lot of the defensive players, and it seems like they got a little bit more pep than they've been having. So I'm hoping this bye week gave them a time to rest up and get ready for this one.
You think Damari Brown plays?
I think he does come back.
I don't know, man. I'm torn. I don't know because that game time decision. I think they even interviewed him this week, didn't they?
They did.
Okay. Yeah, I caught some snippets of that. I need to go back and watch the full interview. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think just because we got the playoffs coming up and the championship coming up, and we still in the running for it, I think they're going to put them in there just because they're going to want that extra power going through it.
And I mean, it's do or die now, really. Right?
Yeah,
I mean,
Georgia Tech kind of messed us up on that. I was completely shocked when I seen that happen.
If you lose, you're not going to the ACC championship game, and then just forget it.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to be negative, but I'm just saying kind of done deal, right? So
Yep.
I could see both because I literally just sat here and said, you got to be careful. You don't want to rush putting Damari Brown back in because if you make it to the conference championship and beyond. However, I guess if he was going to shake off any rust since he's not played since week 1, it would be better to do that against a 4-win Wake Forest team. So maybe even if he had limited snaps, if he's healthy enough, maybe you do try to play him. Maybe.
Yeah, I could definitely see them putting him in a couple snaps at least. I think he's gonna play more than a couple snaps, but I think he's gonna be in there this game.
Mm-hmm. So Chris, I'm gonna kick us over to the official Kim K score prediction. Cam, $250 on the line. What score you got for me?
I got 58-17.
Woo! Okay, now we always have to verify. For Miami, right?
Miami.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I would. No way I would go the other way. Not on this one.
All right. So I got you locked in, my man. 58-17, a 50 burger. Canes fans would be able to breathe a little bit. We'd say, hey, you only mustered 23 against Georgia Tech. I take 58.
I think Cam's going to show out on this one. I think the offense is going to come in hot, and I think Cam Ward's going to completely show out.
I like it. I hope that you're right, my man. And good luck. We got you locked in, 58-17. I will add you to my contacts list, so the next time you call in, I won't have to be like, Chris who? Chris what? Can you spell it?
Man.
I got you. Chris Cantu. I got you locked in, and I appreciate you calling tonight, my man.
All right, man.
All right, peace. First time caller, man. Chris, I appreciate you. We love first time callers. What's up, Brew? My man Brew checking in. Good to see you. Straight Street 6. Re-upping that Canes fan membership. Thank you for the love. Thank you, Straight Street 6. Appreciate you. Tropic Hour with the 56-10 with her 305 right when the phone started to ring. Thank you, Tropic Hour, for the love. Thank you for asking about the kidney stone. I had my CT scan at 6:15 today, which kind of sucks because the urologist office closes at like 4. So I got the CT done, which is like, yo, let's go. Like, now we'll know. Do I need surgery? Do I not? But I have to wait till Monday to know. So I'll find out on Monday for sure if they want to try surgery. And then I'll have to make a decision. So that'll be on Monday. What's up, Daytime Cheese? So is their O-line like good to make that slow mesh work? Obviously not if the QB is getting sacked 3 or more times a game, right? So Bachmeier has been sacked. Dang, it's like I think the second most times in the ACC. So Bachmeier has been sacked 28 or 30 times. I found conflicting information, somewhere between 28 and 30. But I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that Wake Forest O-line grades out as like a top 3 run blocking line in the ACC. I think. I ran a lot of numbers this week, and my brain's been kind of foggy because I've been feeling a little bleh and sick and dealing with a lot of stuff. So I don't remember specifically, but he has been sacked a lot. Hey, good to see you, Chris. I appreciate you hanging out, bro. He has been sacked a lot, and that's why we say That's why we say this is potentially a huge opportunity for Miami's D-line, specifically the D-line. I mean, the entire defense possibly, but specifically for the D-line, they could eat in this game and should. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see because it requires you to play very disciplined, and they're going to need some help, man. They're going to need some help. It could just as easily be ugly, and they could really take advantage of Miami. And because we've seen so many issues on the defensive side of the ball with Miami. So I don't know. I feel like it's going to be one extreme or the other. I could be wrong. I don't think it's going to fall in the middle. Like Miami played an okay game defensively. I think it's going to be like, what are we doing? Miami just, even after the bye week, they can't grasp how this thing works. They're not handling it. Or it's going to be, Montmire gets sacked 5+ times. We have all the answers. We're one step ahead. I think it's one or the other. But it's just a very interesting offense to watch. Very, very, very interesting. All right, let's open it back up. Let's get y'all in here. $250. $250. MS with the quick trigger. I just flipped the switch, bro.
That's crazy.
Ooh.
I have to turn it off my phone so I don't watch your feed at the same time. I gotta time it.
Dang, that's impressive. I'm talking less than 1 second. I flipped the switch and yours was
10-1.
Man.
I wish I'd be saying 11-0 right now, but 10-1.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't let it ruin my week. Contrary to popular belief, I know I had to. I broke the keyboard and did all that. It was super upset in the moment.
Yeah.
But I will say I am still pissed about that though, because that's unacceptable to lose that game. It's in the past. I know it already happened, but
yeah, man. The keyboard thing, I don't know. Nobody cares, man. It's funny. I think it brings views personally. I would have done it too. I mean, hey, might as well. It's time to get a new one. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's just the defense, dude. I mean, okay, we could put one or two things on the offense that could have changed. Again, we could have kicked the field goals on a couple. It was very winnable for us. So It wasn't like we were out of the game, but man, the defense has got to change. I don't know, man, like go into a straight prevent. What do you do?
I don't know.
I mean, I watched the Georgia Tech NC State the other night, and NC State defense looked fairly well against them. They ran like a 3-4. I mean, I know you can't just switch sometimes because you've been running like a 4. I think we run a 4-3. It might be like a hybrid, like a 4-3 or 4-2 sometime, but I still go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to ask, and I'll keep my questions brief because for some reason, do you have me on speakerphone?
Yes.
You do?
Is it echoing?
Yeah, for some reason I'm getting feedback on my end, but I don't know if it's only me that hears that.
Let me take it off, see if it changes.
Let's try.
What about now?
Okay, let's see. Test. Now we're good. Does that work for you though? Is that okay?
Yeah, I just got to hold the phone a little bit different.
Okay.
That's why I was saying the last time I called in, remember, it was like that. I was like worried it would echo or something. But
I got you. Yeah, I would just everything I would say, I was hearing it back to myself, and it was messing with me. Would you go to it's too early to say this, and you can say, Coop, I don't want to answer that. And that's I'm serious. That's okay. Are you exploring other options at defensive coordinator at the end of the season if you're Mario? Is it that bad? Or are you kind of like, hey, it's year 2, maybe it's some player personnel stuff, maybe it's a combo, like let's wait and see. And the reason why I ask is because obviously as fans, we do like to jump to conclusions at times. We want something to point the finger at. And there's a large portion of fans that are saying, nope, Can Guidry, I've seen enough. I want him gone at the end of the year.
This is me personally. I wait till the end of the year. And if there's a change in these last couple games, again, we have lost a couple key personnel members in our defense. You know, not a lot, but enough that it can make a difference. I mean, let's be honest. One guy on each side, a leader on each side of the ball, can make a difference. Correct? So if Damari Brown on that side, I hate to say it because Damari Brown's young, you know, but he, you know, and then we have what was his name? Was it Cantu or the linebacker? He's pretty good.
Which Mawanoa or a different one?
No, I apologize. I'm having a brain fart.
I've been having a lot of those lately too, so don't feel bad. A linebacker? Is he a transfer or?
No, he was. I think he was out last game though. I think he was out versus Georgia Tech.
But you got injured, you have Basaint, you have Popo, Aguirre.
Popo.
You have Popo. Yep. Okay.
Was he out last game?
I think he has either been out or he got injured. He has missed a little bit of time. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know Damari, you know, but we're still missing a couple.
Because I like to ask, just real quick, who's the Cam Ward on defense? Because before it used to be Mawanoa, but now some people feel like he's fell off a little bit, whether that be on him or scheme or whatever it is. Who's the Cam Ward on defense?
There isn't one. That's the problem. It needs to come from our defensive line right now, but that's a problem too. I mean, everybody saw Tyler or Burrow, right? He did a inside cut, man. He rolled to the inside on the tackle. He should have rolled outside. He when he was doing his rush towards the quarterback, he went to the inside gap, and it was an outside run. He switched it. If he would have went outside, he would have shut that play down. He gave up contain. Barrow, right? Tyler Barrow. Yeah.
I hate it because for me, I'm on that side that is frustrating as it is. I'd really like some consistency with the coaching staff. Like, you know, instead of this whole every other year or every year, even every 2 years, like it kind of gets old just cycling through coaches and stuff.
I agree.
I personally would like to keep probably Dawson and Guidry. I know that might be an unpopular opinion, and that'd be something you could really look at it. Like you said, there's still more football to be played. So
yeah, I would say let's let the last games play out, man, and see if things change. And once he gets a little bit of guys back, and again, we knew the DBs were going to be bad this year. Like we were going to have trouble. We knew that, right?
Yeah, all the way back to spring, everybody said, "Uh-oh,
correct.
That's going to be a rough spot."
Yes. So everybody knew that was already going to be a problem. Against the Gators, it didn't really show as much because the Gators suck. And anyway,
got
it. We would still beat them with Lagway because Lagway played some. He got the trash touchdown against our third stringers in the fourth quarter. But I would give him to the end of the season and see how he does.
It's one of those things. I get the frustrations, and you can't just turn a blind eye to like any of the issues, right? Because I'm in that boat that thinks there's probably a little bit on both sides. But the reality is, as frustrating as it might be, because if you feel like there's even more potential there, Miami, and look, I don't make excuses. I'm just saying Miami is 9-1. So let's say, hypothetically, not everybody who believes in jinxes, hypothetically, Miami goes to the conference championship. Well, when's the last time they did that? 2017. That's a pretty freaking big deal. You'd like to win it, but let's say they don't. They did make it. That's pretty wild, all things considered, going from 5-7 to 7-5. I know the expectations should be high, but this season has been a step in the right direction. I know there's the group that argues the hired mercenary with Cam Ward. That was the game changer. I feel like that's part of football. That's what you're doing. You're trying to bring in guys, recruiting portal, whatever it is, build this team and go as far as you can. with
How long
it being.
did it take? I apologize for interrupting.
No, you're good. Go
but
ahead.
It's to your point. How long did it take Dabo Sweeney to get Clemson to where they were in their highest peak? It took about 6 years, correct?
I think so, like 5 or 6 maybe. Yeah.
Yes, and that was before NIL, but still, it's still the same philosophy. Now you just have NIL and you throw a little bit of salt and pepper in there together. You know what I mean? You just add a little more seasoning to what you already have built. You already have a foundation, and that's what Mario's doing, and he's building the foundation, and then you bring in a couple guys here and there to fill in what you need. So
I agree. Canes fan 407 says, just frustrating we can't have complimentary football from the defense. And I know it's frustrating. I agree. I get so tired of doing the coaching hokey pokey with every other year.
We had a good defense and a crappy offense. Well, a mediocre offense.
Yeah.
Duke, sorry. No.
And like I said, I'm not saying that there can't be improvements made. I'm not saying that Guidry doesn't need to be better, because he does. And there are some other factors as well. I just would like to have some familiar faces in the room. Like, they build up relationships with these recruits and things. And as long as they keep recruiting at a high level, continue to win more football games, and I almost said climb, but that's what Florida State says. So let's not say keep climbing.
Right.
Whoa, hold up. Edit that part out. Whoa.
I am calling next co-op. Got a big.
Oh no!
But man, I just lost my entire train of thought. Wow, that derailed everything. Hold on.
You fell. You didn't climb. You fell.
Oh gosh. You know how much it pains them to tweet that when they're like, keep climbing, just keep climbing. They
can't go any lower.
But it's frustrating when you keep bringing in new guys that have totally different mindset, offensively or defensively, and I
think Guidry's a good coach. I think we need. Again, this is my personal feeling. I think one more year, and if he doesn't do well, then he needs to go. Assuming Mario lets him stay anyway. If these last couple games it's just horrible, then yeah, he needs to be fired. But let's be honest, they have been most games the second half. Our defense has tightened up and got better. He has made some changes, and they have gotten better. The Duke game, almost all the games, they shut out Cal in the third and fourth quarter, didn't they?
I'd have to look at the specifics.
I want to say they did, didn't they?
No, you might
about
be
halfway through the third quarter.
Yeah, I think they might have. Didn't they get something in the third, and then that was it?
Maybe I think a field goal, maybe, but it wasn't much. And then they shut them down after that.
So it was the fourth quarter. So Cal did get 14 in the third, but it was the fourth quarter they held them to a field goal. That's what it was.
Okay, so there has been positives on some sort. Again, it's like last year with Tyler Van Dyke. Was it the coach or was it Tyler Van Dyke? That's the same question we're having on defense this year.
Yeah, and sorry, I know I got you off on a totally different subject there, and I appreciate you for being willing to speak on it though, because I kind of put you on the spot. But obviously, it's a hot topic because the chat started lighting up whenever we were discussing that, and it's something that will be talked about. Literally, whatever Miami's final game is, whatever that might be, whenever it is, that's going to be one of the first conversations that gets fired up on social media and on all these platforms. Is going to be, okay, what's going to happen with Guidry? Is he staying? Is he not staying?
If we win a national championship, I bet nobody cares.
Yeah. Hey, look, no matter what happened, no matter how frustrating them games were, I'll forgive the Georgia Tech game. I won't care about any of it.
Yeah,
everybody
you just got to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
so MS,
right,
let me kick you over to the score prediction, Cam. We got to get those numbers from you.
All righty.
That big 250. All right.
Yeah. Christmas money.
True, man. That's insane.
As Mike Tyson says, I get that Christmas money.
Oh gosh, man, it's literally Thanksgiving next week. That's unbelievable.
I know it. This year's almost over, man.
Yep. Insane.
All right.
So, what do you got for me?
No, is anybody picked 45 Miami? And I'm going to go 23 Wake Forest.
23? Okay.
Yeah, 45 Miami, 23 Wake Forest.
Nope. That is a first, so I'm locking it in.
All right, brother. I hope everything's all right with you, man, and the family. Always in the prayers.
I appreciate you, my man. And
all y'all Canes fans, you're in my prayers too, man. Y'all be good. Go Canes.
Yeah, hopefully we don't need some extra prayers after tomorrow.
I hear you.
All right, I appreciate
I'm done with the
you.
noon games too.
I'm gonna try to get up. I'll be up at 11:45, trying to set everything up. You know how it is.
I hear you.
All
right, brother. Be
we
good,
appreciate
man.
you.
Good talking to you.
All right, peace.
All right, bye.
That's definitely something we can discuss in the off season. If any coaching moves are made, we don't just disappear. We try to, you're going to have the early signing day coming up in December. So we'll have that. We'll have transfer portal moves when that happens. If there's any coaching movement, we'll be able to discuss that. And hopefully Miami is playing, late. Hopefully this thing doesn't end early in December, But great conversations, man. Look, we try to not shy away from the touchy subjects. I have people all the time who come in and they say, why even bring that up? It's something negative. I'm fine with having grown-up conversations and discussing this. That's obviously a topic. That's something that Canes fans feel very passionate about one way or another. Whether you like Guidry, you don't like him, whatever it may be. And I just enjoy the conversations. Coop, I watched 2 high school teams battle tonight into double OT. And one thing I noticed that stood out is even high school linebackers know how to shift with motion, but can't get Kiko to. I don't know, man. It's a mystery, I guess. I don't know. It's frustrating for sure. Zach, I was trying to scroll back here and see that. Zach with the 2 says, I'm calling next, Coop. Got a big take on your defense. All right. We'll get you in here. Let me close my door right quick. Max just kicked it open, and it's like 30 degrees outside. So I'm cold. What color do the fans have to wear? They've not made any kind of official announcement for what they want the fans to wear, but the team is wearing green. So I guess if you want to match the team, you could go green. That'd make the most sense. Green or white, because it's going to be white hats, white pants, and then the green jerseys. So green or white. And if it were me, I'm going green. Forget white. No. T-Breeze, what up, Coop? Any updates on the new stadium? Can't find anything in the last few months. No updates. No. That has been put on hold pretty much indefinitely for right now. So no updates. Someone else also said their first time here. Darlene, good to see you, Darlene. I'm trying to find. Someone was. I blame the loss on coaching. Take the points. I mean, yeah, hindsight should have taken the points. I understand. The analytics probably say go. When you look at Miami's offense, right? The success on third downs, even the success on fourth downs, there's a lot of trust in that Miami offense. So hindsight, now we can say you take the points. I think also when you look at how guys were slipping and sliding on the field, that also pushes even more into, hey, take the points. You try to get a little flashy at one point or catch Georgia Tech off guard with that passing play on fourth down. Could have just pounded the rock. Probably move the chains. I get both sides. I get both sides. It's good to see you, Thomas. Somebody said they were new here, but I've missed it. I've lost it. I lost it. Wear money green tomorrow. Let me close my door right quick. We'll open the phone line back up. Man, what's the temp where you guys live? Because if it's if it's getting down to like 48 or 50 in Miami tonight, man, it's like 30 here in Tennessee. What's up, Mike? It's like 30 degrees here where I live. Dang. Too cold for me. All right, it's open. 43 in Kentucky, 40 in Deltona. What's up, Mike? Tallahassee is 47. 59 in Hollywood, Florida. Man, that cold front messed everybody up. Dang. What's up, Mr. Hurricane B?
What's up, Coop?
I'm chilling, man, trying to not freeze my balls off, you know?
Man, it was 28 at West High School. Like,
Yeah,
it was too damn cold to be watching football.
Man, so you were watching some high school games, you said, right?
Yeah, and like I said, it just baffles me that I sit and watch Sevier County and West for 4 quarters and 2 overtimes, and their linebacker play is immaculate. When motion comes to you, you shift. Motion comes away from you, you shift. I mean, it's a left or a right. I mean, and you got high school kids who can defend it, but we can't. It's mind-blowing.
You said you were watching Sevier. Are they in it's like postseason stuff now, right?
Yeah, they're after tonight's win in double overtime, Sevier County's they go to Oak Ridge, who's 8-4. Sevier County's 12-0.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang, okay. Man,
they got a sophomore quarterback, and honest to God, he could play on any college team right now.
Bro, I'm looking at William Blunt, the team that I played for in high school. They are 4-7. So, ouch. They ended the season.
My high school team was 12-0, and they got put out 11-0, and they got put out last week.
Man, William Blunt ended the season with 4 losses in a row. Man, oh man. Oh well. I remember when we whooped up on Sevier County back in like 2006, 2007.
Oh, yeah.
And bro, I remember, hey,
Terrible.
listen, hey, don't none of y'all repeat this, okay? I remember going into that game and they had like a 6'7" quarterback. And you got to remember, hey, Brandon knows what I'm talking about. Football's a big deal here, but there's a lot of football teams that are not very good. It's just a modge podge of whoever wants to play football and will throw on some pads, you come in here and you play. There are teams that are really good,
facts.
but there are some schools. He knows what I'm talking about. And, bro, they had this quarterback that was like 6'7". And I remember our head coach, Meadows, we were about to run out onto the field, and it was on our turf at William Blunt. And we're standing there, and he says, if you have to break that quarterback's legs, you do it. Whatever we do, whatever you need to do to win this football game. And let's just say I'm pretty sure he ended up leaving the game, but don't repeat that, okay?
Our coach said the same thing. He said they can't run without their wheels.
I remember him just being so serious and passionate about it. He's like, if you need to break his leg, you do it. And I was like, oh, damn, okay.
But honestly, do you know this quarterback that they got? He reminds me of Cam Ward.
Oh, for Sevier County?
He doesn't get in a hurry. He reads defenses. I mean, the kid's got a cannon. But it's like I said, I mean, he takes a check down. He takes, whatever's available. But if the pocket collapses, he's not going to hang around. He's gone.
I'll have to check them out. I've been watching the William Blunt games, they stream them, but I've not seen Sevier County. So, Brandon, out of these seniors, man, who you going to miss the most?
Ooh, Cam Ward.
Cam, fair.
Just one more year. It's all we need with it. Just one more.
Just one more. Maybe hey, look, with the way they've been doing with all this eligibility stuff, there's got to be some kind of lawyer that can find a loophole, right?
If Cam McCormick can get 8 years, we can get Cam 5.
Fair.
It's just, but honestly, this whole Guidry situation,
And I understand everybody talks about the defense played good in the second half. But it's easy to play good when you make other teams one-dimensional, because when Cam Ward comes out and starts scoring 21 points, 24 points, it makes the team one-dimensional because they have to try to score with them.
So you're
But
not.
I'm gonna bring this point up. The one game that we was in an absolute complete shootout with, which was Louisville,
Mm-hmm.
the defense just kept giving up points. When we couldn't run away with it, they struggled.
So you're not a fan of Guidry?
I like Guidry. I don't like the fact that he doesn't like to make changes. If you got a linebacker who cannot read a defense, I mean, I sent you the picture and I pointed it out. The Haynes King took off to the left, and Kiko was running towards the sideline, and there wasn't nobody out there for him to guard. I mean, he has no idea what's going on.
But
But at least if you're going to be, out of position, hit somebody.
But what do we think happened there? Because Kiko was like the guy. We're like, that's the anchor on defense last season.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he, fell and hit his head or.
So if he's regressed, is that on him? Is that on Guidry? Is it?
I think it's a combination of both. But it's also, like I said with Guidry, it's easy to come in and have a great defense when you have a seasoned defensive line. When you have seasoned linebackers, you have James Williams and Cam Kitchens to save you every time somebody goes deep.
So it
makes it a lot easier on them.
Would you keep him? Or is it dependent on how the tail end of the season plays out?
If you go out against Wake Forest and you give them 34 points, he should be fired on Sunday.
How many? Let's see. Wake is averaging 28 points per game coming into this one. Now that's total. That's not ACC play, but total. Okay.
They should never score 28 on us. Ever. I just can't fathom it. And it's like I said, when you go to a defense, like I said, I play safety. I call defenses from the field. And it was my job to make sure that our defense was in order where everybody needed to be. If not, it was my job to shift them.
Mm-hmm.
He calls the plays, and he's lost. And you can't have to coach communication with somebody that doesn't even know what defense you're in.
Yeah, I guess he was the guy that has that in his helmet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's my problem. He struggles. So why not go into a 4-3? Why not put an extra lineman in to help get pressure and give Kiko some outside support? Because he's not fast enough to cover a running back.
Yeah, that puts him in a tough position for sure.
You either got to go man on the perimeter and go 4-3, or
now
Wake with what you got.
Wake is going to try to get him matched up with that running back Claiborne.
They'll do it all night. They will honestly throw the screen passes. They'll throw the little halfback outs all night just to get him in open space with Kiko one-on-one. Anybody who watches film knows that he can't guard them.
They're going to try Miami's defense for sure. That's why I say I'm not sure how I feel about it. I've got Miami on top. I'm confident in it. I'm feeling good, but Wake Forest, I think, scores some points.
I went back. I was trying to find a soundbite. There was a podcast that had Rhett Lashley on it, and they asked him about seeing Miami in the ACC championship. Do you know what he said? Kevin Jennings will be the difference maker with his legs. Because I could honestly see Rhett Lashley going 5 wide, running 5 verticals, and putting Kiko one-on-one with Kevin Jennings, and it'll be all night long. That's what I would do.
That'd be
I would
tough.
line up, and I'd tell him, you're going to stop me.
It would be tough, yeah. That's going to be a heck of a game if it happens, man. And you see, they just extended Lashley, I think, to 2030.
Yeah,
I think they did.
he was talking about that, but let me ask you this question. Back to SMU. Can you trust Kiko to guard Brashard Smith in the open field?
No. No.
Where do you go with that then? I mean,
But, that's another topic. I'm not going to dive deep in it tonight because the focus is Wake Forest. But, a lot of people have said, man, Mario messed up with the Brashard Smith situation. But there's a huge debate on would Brashard Smith be starting over Martinez or Fletcher if he were here at the running back position. That's the thing.
No way.
And I would also agree. I would say probably not.
And you can't start him in a slot over X. It don't happen.
Right. Yep. So I think that was I think it was a great move from Smith. He went somewhere where they needed somebody, and he's able to see a lot of snaps, and he's athletic. He's a good football player. But I don't think that no matter how good he might be, I don't think they put him in. I just don't think that it makes sense that he starts over Martinez or Fletcher. I just don't.
No, and even with Martinez and Fletcher, even if both of them went down, God forbid, I'm not for sure I wouldn't start Jordan Miles.
Yeah,
fair. He's just him and A.J. Allen back there together because, either one of them could bust it open.
Mm-hmm. So with that being said, Brandon, I need to get some numbers from you.
They better not let me down this week. That's all I'm saying.
Man, I had Miami scoring 40-plus points against Georgia Tech, and they got half that. Made me look like a big fat idiot. Like, come on now. Help me out.
I am going to ride with Cam, though, this week. I'm going to ride with him.
All right.
I'm going to go 55-13.
Woo, okay. Second 50 burger of the night. All right, you're sure?
Because he...
You're sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm going with it. All I'm saying is the defense better not let me down.
13. 13 for Wake. Okay.
I do want to say something before we get off here, and it's no disrespect, but fuck Florida.
Shots fired at Georgia. Man, Georgia's getting from all sides, man. Just complete bombardment here. He can take it, though. He can handle it. So, Brandon.
Just want to put that out there.
I appreciate you, bro. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, man.
All right, peace.
See you, bro.
Oh, man. Poor George. Poor George. We got a question here. Heisman race. Cam Ward's chances. Coop, what do you think? I do not think Cam wins the Heisman. I think that it's probably Genty or Travis Hunter. That's not a hot take, obviously, because everybody has them in the lead. But I think Cam Ward obviously deserves to be in the discussion. I know a lot of people are going to say, nah, he lost to Georgia Tech, Coop. But still, when you look at his numbers, when you compare to some previous numbers put up by Heisman-winning quarterbacks and some other quarterbacks they're pitting him against this season, I think he deserves to be in the talks. Official prediction, which is completely objective. Do I think he wins it? No. I think it would have to be even more. I think he's got to have like multiple, like I'm talking like 450, 500 plus passing. Like just, not that he's not putting up big numbers, but insane numbers. Because look, they're slurping all on Travis Hunter. And he's the popular vote amongst the fans. I know that's not how it's decided. The fan vote is only one total vote. But the world is all about Travis Hunter. And I do think that influences things a bit. He plays both sides of the ball. I get it. Genty, a ton of carries, but he's putting up big yards. Look, it's going to be one of those two guys probably, my opinion. But we'll see. And that's not me saying who I want to win. That's me making a prediction. You don't think Ward cares about the Heisman shit? I mean, at the end of the day, what's most important is a national championship for the team. And I do think that's his focus. Yes. Yep. Yeah, I think so. And that's good. That's good, man. That's just you play like you would always play. And If the Heisman thing happens, then it does. If it don't, then it don't. It is what it is, you know? All right, let's open back up. We're not going to go too late tonight. Just a heads up. Not too late tonight just because we got an early day tomorrow. At noon o'clock comes early. But crack a freaking dawn tomorrow, you know? Zach Jones, the yellow jacket. What's up?
What up, man?
We've not got to speak one-on-one since we made our predictions for the Miami Georgia Tech game. Go ahead. I was waiting for you to rip into me.
No, man, I don't. I will say the only thing that I will say, I tried telling you, and I think you listened a little bit better than Miami fans did. I told Miami fans, don't sleep on Tyler Santucci. We dominated y'all on 3rd and 4th down. Our defense came up to play. I tried telling Miami fans that we were going to play good defense all day long. We did that. I won't rub that in your face because you listen. You actually do listen to what I say. But a lot of other Miami fans don't like to listen. So to those that called me crazy in your comment section, you can shove it.
I mean, I'm not sure who you're talking about. I've never heard of this Sangucci guy, but
as our DC.
You know, I got to give you a little bit of a hard time. So Zach, you said you have did you say you have an interesting take on the defense, or you just have a take on the Miami defense, just period? He hung up. We pissed him off with the Sangucci. Zach, I know it's Santucci. I know it's Tucci, not Gucci. I was just making a joke. Sanducci? Sangucci? Sanpoochie? Let me get him back in here. He got mad. You know. Sancucci?
All right. Not sure what happened, but.
Hello?
Yo.
All right, we got you back.
Not sure what happened, but here we are.
All right, so what's this take on Miami's defense? I need to hear it. From a Georgia Tech fan, by the way. From a Georgia Tech fan.
What is y'all's DC's name again? What's his name?
Lance Guidry, the Cajun.
Yeah, Lance Guidry. I think he's a terrible DC, and I think he deserves to be fired.
Ooh, okay.
What really sold it for me, Coop, you've got Miami, who is 9-0. You're going up against a Georgia Tech team who is playing up against a Haynes King with one arm and a true freshman. And what really sold it for me, it wasn't the 3rd and longs where you put no pressure on a true freshman, even though you probably should have to force him into a bad throw on 3rd and 18. It wasn't none of those plays. It was the play where we were down, we were on the 5-yard line, and Haynes King threw a little screen pass to Malik Rutherford. And what happened before the snap, Eric Singleton came over in motion, and I think it was your DB and your linebacker. One of those was lined up with Malik Rutherford, who caught the touchdown pass, and the other one was on the other sideline covering Eric Singleton. And when Eric Singleton came over in motion, your DB tried telling one of your linebackers, stay inside, and you could literally see him pointing, stay inside, and he did that like 5 times. And then when Haynes King snapped the ball, he threw it to Malik Rutherford, and he put it in the end zone exactly where your DB was pointing to tell your linebacker, cover that spot, and he would not go there. You had one player out of 11 recognize that play that Georgia Tech does hundreds and hundreds of times a year. You had one player recognize that. That's a coaching problem.
Well, you pretty much summed it up as soon as I heard you say motion. Motion. Yes,
Yep.
yes, that thing. That, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he deserves to be fired. I think, and here's my thing. I know a couple of y'all were saying, well, we had some good players last year where, they haven't really been good this year. Here's what I'll say. I'll say from a Georgia Tech point of view. We got Santucci this year as our DC. He came from Duke, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's basically turned our defense around. But I want to look back to Georgia Tech last year. We had a player, I'm sure a couple of people may know who this is. His name is Kyle Kennard. He's top in the SEC right now in terms of sacks. He's got, I think, 11 or 12 sacks on the season. He played at Georgia Tech last year versus worse competition, and he only racked up 4 sacks. And a whole bunch of Georgia Tech fans, when he transferred out and he left to South Carolina, a whole bunch of Georgia Tech fans said, oh, he's probably bad. He's going to South Carolina, not that big of a loss. Now you look at this year, he's got 11, 12 sacks on the season versus SEC offensive lines, and we're like, damn, what happened? Why wasn't he doing that this year? It's because we had a different DC last year who got fired. It was a terrible, terrible scheme that he was in, and that's not his fault. I think y'all have very talented players, and so me saying that it equates to my point. I think y'all have very talented defensive players, but I think y'all's scheme is terrible and the coaching is terrible.
Okay, now I'll be honest. A lot of Canes fans are going to agree with you on that take.
Yeah.
I think, anyways. I could be wrong, but if you go to social media, that's what the majority of Canes fans are saying as well. That they don't like the scheme. They're not a fan of Guidry, and they want him. A lot of them want him gone no matter what happens.
I think he should be, from an outsider's point of view, I think he should be gone.
And I like that. You know how I am about the outside opinions, right? Because you can definitely be, if you choose to be anyways, be a little more objective, because you're not a Canes fan, not looking at it through the rose-tinted goggles, as they say. But I'm kind of one of those, I've gave my opinion on it. I'm kind of just, I'm in the middle. Well, I'll save some deep dive stuff for later, right? But I respect the take. Okay, all right. That it is frustrating though, because when we do see any kind of motion, where literally Miami fans across the country are like, "Oh no, oh boy, here we go," and we're always holding our breath. So Zach, thank you for not letting NC State beat us.
Dude, that game
I want to thank you.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Some of the problems we had yesterday during that game, I was there. That was easily one of the most stressful Georgia Tech games I've ever been at. We should have won that game by, and people say, first off, people say, oh, we should have won that game by more. I'm not joking when I say that. We dropped literally 3 touchdown passes. But no excuses. We pulled it out. But yeah, that was a very stressful game. I mean, from the drop touchdown passes to letting NC State score I don't know, we let them score I think 20 points in the fourth quarter, which I can't even blame our defense, because our offense wasn't doing nothing all game. We can't, if the offense ain't doing nothing, the defense, they're gonna give up eventually. They're gonna be like, hey, we've been trying all game and y'all ain't scoring no points. Anyways, yeah, that was a very stressful game. Thank God we won, though.
Because a guy commented on one of my tweets on Twitter. His name is Web Browser. I don't know. I don't know what this profile pic is. It's some dude in the hospital. But he said, if Georgia Tech loses tonight, then does that mean the U lost to NC State? And I'm on record here saying correct. That is college football math. That is how it works.
The same way Georgia Tech beat Miami, so that means we've also already beat Florida.
Correct.
Sorry, George. We've already beat Florida.
That is how it works. Yes.
Right.
Randy's down here commenting too. I see y'all on here.
That means we beat. That also means Georgia Tech beat Florida State 2 times in one season. So with Florida State.
If we win the national championship, does that mean you also won a national championship since you beat the national championship winning team?
I'm going to pull out the UCF.
So you get the
I'm going to do what UCF did. Hang the banner. Hang the banner.
Oh, man. All right, so, Zach, I do need to know how you feel about this Wake Forest game specifically here. So you're very well aware of the struggles on defense for Miami. But coming off of a bye week, the bye week curse is no longer a thing. Okay, it's not. They already broke that. What are you thinking?
I will say this. I think 24 and a half points is very, very big, and I think that's unrealistic. You know, we were talking about the Georgia Tech game earlier. If we're going off of numbers, and this is why I say I think it's a little bit unrealistic, because I don't think the stats are like the ESPN percentages.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they really think about it like that. According to numbers, Georgia Tech has a better chance of going on the road and beating Georgia than Wake Forest has of going on the road and beating Miami. I just don't think those are two realistic things. So that's why I say I think y'all's point spread is a little bit too high. I do have Wake Forest covering. I think that's way too high. I know you don't even have Miami covering.
No, haven't you
had them covering like all year?
Pretty darn sure. Yes, I think so. Don't quote me on that, but I would assume I did. And I literally, the first 10 seconds of the preview video, once it actually got to the preview, I said, hey, 25-point underdog, that sounds like a bit much. I said it's entirely possible, obviously, but I just don't personally see it. I've got to win about 18, with Wake Forest being a 25-point underdog. So
I've got, and Miami fans going to be mad at me for this, okay? I've got y'all winning by 15 points.
Okay.
I believe it's 15 points. Let me. Yes.
Whip out the calculator.
Yeah, I'm not very good at math, so.
Me neither.
Even though I'm a Georgia Tech fan, never went there, so I can use that as an excuse. I've got Miami 42, winning 42-27.
Okay. I mean, I have 42-24. So you're just giving Wake Forest a few more points there with the 27. So that's correct. 15 points. You want me to lock it in?
Yes, sir.
All right.
It wouldn't surprise me though. If y'all beat them by more. Wake Forest and their quarterback Bachmeier, he might not even play. So
I know.
And the way their offense is, I could just see it. I know y'all's defense has been pretty bad recently, but I could still see if they try to do that slow mesh stuff versus y'all's D-line, I just don't see that happening. I think for Wake Forest to put up points, they're going to have to get away from that slow mesh offense, and no matter who the quarterback is, they're going to have to throw downfield. They're going to have to accept that they're probably going to throw one or two interceptions no matter what, and they're just going to have to try to throw downfield and beat y'all's coverage, which they probably could find success in, but they're going to have to be pass heavy. I think they're going to have to, because they're not going to be able to run the ball like Georgia Tech did. I just don't think that's going to happen. They're going to have to pass, and I really don't know. I'm saying 27. Do I think they'll put up 27? Probably not. But that's my prediction, just because I'm giving Wake Forest a little bit of faith. You know what I mean? I'm putting a little bit of faith in them.
Yeah, and I will say I should have said this in my preview video, but I forgot. This is, for me, this is all assuming that Bachmeier does play, because I have looked and even messaged some Wake Forest fans, and I'm like, hey, like people that put out some articles and things, and I'm like, hey, is there any update on Bachmeier? Has there? And at least up until before this stream started, I was unable to find any type of information on if Bachmeier is good to go or not. So I'm assuming he's playing. Obviously, they're fighting for bowl eligibility. This is a chance to upset a Miami Hurricanes team, potentially knock them out of the conference championship. The dude obviously is going to want to play. If he's a go, I think they put him in. But it would possibly change my score if he's not playing. I will say that. All right.
Yeah.
I got you locked in 42-27 from a Georgia Tech fan.
Hey, one last thing. George, if you're listening, I pray to God Georgia Tech meet y'all in a bowl game, please, because I would love to own the state of North Carolina and the state of Florida in one season. That would be amazing.
It pains me to laugh at that because that means you beat Miami, and you did. I have to own it. But, you know, it's yet another caller ending the call by taking a shot at George a bit here. So it is kind of funny. It's kind of, you know, like I said, he can take it. He can take it. So I appreciate you, Zach.
All right, Coop. You have a good one, man.
All right. Peace, bro.
See ya.
Poor George, man. Poor George. That's the third caller that has ended with saying something to George specifically. Like, George is famous around here. George gets name dropped consistently. What's up, Booth Master? Coop Daddy. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Juan in the building. I see a bunch of people who were jumping in here late. London voice. Good to see you. You ain't winning nothing, Coop. Well, that's no different than my everyday life. Never winning. Hurricane Patriot. Good to see you in here. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's all right, so I am thinking about wrapping this up around 11:30. So just a couple more minutes. We'll probably do lightning round. This is shorter than normal, but I'm just being honest, I'm not going to harp on it because people are tired of hearing about it. I know. Kidney stone stuff still has me messed up. I've been feeling down and out all week. All freaking week I felt like garbage. Just straight doo-doo. So it's been a struggle, and I'm very tired at the moment. I'm feeling very fatigued. So I want to be ready. I want to try to get some rest and be ready for the game tomorrow, to be hyped and excited. It's 2 games left, right, in the regular season. So I want to be pumped for that. What did the CT show? No results until Monday. So I got to go all weekend and not know. So it's frustrating. But I want to get a couple more in here. We'll try to do a lightning round. I appreciate the support and everything so far. Mr. Martinez still owning the board with the Big 10. Blanket thank yous to everybody who's shown some support. Also, my man Zach Jones.
Co-op you win at being the sexiest fan. _ Cristobal.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Thank you, Zach Jones. Thank you. That's why I get the views that I get. I wondered why.
I have socks on, no Diddy Playa.
Hold on, I gotta dig my pants out of my butt crack. Hold on. Woo! That was deep up in there. Dang, I went up a little bit too high. Man, it started splitting some things. Let's get anyways. Thank you, Zach Jones, for the double 2. Thank you. Let's get the phone line open back up. We'll do a lightning round here to close this out. Last chance to win $250 for this game specifically. It's open. It's open. Oh, man. Yo, who we got tonight?
Coach Coop, man, what's going on? This is Dan Forgan over here in West Palm, Florida. Dude, I got to tell you, man, this Lance Guidry defense.
Uh-oh.
This Lance
I brought him up.
defense.
I brought him up, didn't I?
Listen, dude, I was listening to Kane talk the other day, and I heard these guys saying that Jaden Davis and Mish Powell is a better duo than Cam Kitchens and James Williams.
Okay, now
Brother,
wait.
I don't know
Whoa.
what game they're watching.
Whoa. Who said this?
I have a buddy of mine, Greg Valise, and he's from West Palm, Florida, and he looked me in the eye and he said Jaden Harris and Mish Powell is a better and more productive duo than Cam Kitchens and James Williams. He thinks that the metrics on Jaden Harris could get him as a high drafted cornerback. I don't believe a word he says. I can't even. Have you seen Mish Powell's defensive grade?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I mean, dude, I don't understand. And I'm sorry if I'm going on a tangent because I couldn't believe you said that. Either way, I think scheme-wise, Georgia Tech completely exposed us. It's just.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm still trying to process this. There were plenty of times that James had me upset, right, with like leading with his shoulder and stuff. But then they said, "Hey, he's dealing with an injury." There were plenty of times that Cam was out of position, and it was frustrating.
GT legend.
However, to say that Mish and Jaden, and it's no hate, right? Like just an observation, just being honest and real about it. To say that that's a better combo than those two, like that's got to be trying to have a controversial take for views, right? Or is he for real?
I think he's for real. I did agree with him that James Williams should have come back for another year.
Yeah.
I for sure agree with him on that. And he went as far as saying if Cam Kitchens came back, he would have definitely been a top 10 pick. Now, that's a major take. I do think James Williams should have came back. Cam Kitchens being a top 10 pick. Dude, if you're getting drafted in the third round, I'm not turning that down. I'm sorry. Cam did what he needed to do. Wish him the best. James should have been back. Leonard Taylor we could have done without. But this secondary is really and it sucks that we don't have Damari Brown out there. That's another key factor that we're not playing into.
Yeah. Now, can anyone, and you might be able to do this as well. I know that Cam is playing for the Rams, right? Because he had that crazy pick six. I think he had a pick six, and he had a game-sealing interception as well not too long ago. What about James? Because James did play for the Titans for a little bit, and he was playing linebacker. Is he still there?
I think he is, man. I mean, look, I think James could definitely burst onto the scene probably like in year 2, year 3, coming off being a safety in college most of the time and already transitioning to linebacker. I think if you give him a couple more years, he could burst onto the scene, man. Let's not forget this guy's probably one of the highest coveted recruits that we've ever had, and he's definitely got the ability to do so at the next level. So I'm pushing for James. I do think if he came back for another year, it definitely would have given us a boost, just a veteran presence back there. But, yeah, man, this is such a young secondary. Quite honestly, man, I think Kiko Mauanoa has been – I don't think he's been having a year like he had last year at all, in my opinion. I think he's missed a lot more tackles than he has last year. I think Wesley's just been Wesley. You know, he's been pretty kosher. But, man, I expected so much more from Kiko. It's been hard to watch some of the replays and you see all these missed tackles.
It's extremely – it's gotten to the point to where when I watch them, I legit have to turn it off. It's so frustrating.
Yeah. It's frustrating, man. But you know what? I mean, what really pissed me off last game
we're starting the game 3 drives and Georgia Tech scores on us. I think that's such a terrible look. Because if we're going to go into the playoffs and we line up against an Ole Miss or, a Texas A&M that could get in or an Alabama, I mean, that's just – this defense better figure it out pretty soon. And don't be surprised if Rashard Smith runs circles on us if we make it to the ACC championship.
Yeah.
Do not be surprised about that.
Yeah,
He might even break the TV.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, those games would be scary. I can be honest and admit that just because we saw kind of like with the Georgia Tech game where we talk about if the offense doesn't hit that 40, 45 plus points per game mark, and then the defense continues to do what they do, then it's a bad day.
I 100% agree with you. I think, we got to put up at least 40 plus in order to have us in a ball game. And we got burned last game because we just kept playing with fire with all these close games, and it's time we got to buckle down, man. We got to buckle down.
Now, this is shifting gears from football, but what did you say your username is on YouTube?
My username on YouTube is, let me see, because I got 2. It's TRivers_6562.
_6562?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you got a real one and you got a burner one for the trolling, right?
Yep, that's
Okay,
sounds about right.
Gotcha.
Joining every other Miami fan doing that.
Is that what you want me to save you as in my contacts list for future calls?
Absolutely.
Okay, because we're going to get you in here more than once.
6267, we could do that.
Wait. What was it again?
TRiver_6267.
6267. Boy, I wrote down like 5742. What in the?
We get that. I guess that's my Morse code username.
What in the world am I doing over here? Okay. So obviously Guidry's been kind of a hot topic tonight, and the defense. But do you think that they can get it done against Wake Forest and what they do offensively? Can they do just enough?
So this is what you got to play in. They got humiliated at Georgia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had the bye week. So you had that sitting on them for 2 weeks. I can only imagine how much they've been harping on the defense and how much film they've been watching. I mean, this bye week, if they don't come out with guns blazing after the bye week and being pissed off after the L, I mean, is there really hope? I mean, dude, this is all the ammunition these guys could have to play at their peak tomorrow. And if they kind of come out sloppy, it's really a red flag,
That's fair.
I'm just more. We can't think ahead. We got to take care of business with Wake Forest, But I'm just, man, you just line up against an SEC team. That's what I'm always comparing to. How would these guys face if they played a South Carolina or if they played a Mizzou? I mean, Jesus, if they go against Ole Miss or Texas, so we kind of already know how that's going to be. But just think of like a middle tier SEC team, and they're going against that. I mean, they might just run circles on us.
So then, for the Wake Forest game, T. Rivers, I'm going to kick us over to the score prediction cam. $250 on the line. So you got to set the fandom to the side. You gotta be objective here and tell me what you really think it's going to be if you want to win this money. So what do you got?
Damn, man. I'm at least going 45 for the Canes. And I got...
Remember, 25-point dog going into this one.
I got 45 on the Canes, and I got... I'm going to go 35 for Wake.
Ooh.
I think defense might... Dude, you got to play into this, man.
Ooh.
Defense might let these guys hang around for way too long, and they'll just keep on tacking on points.
Man, that 35 hurts. I ain't going to lie.
It hurts too, brother, but if we could keep them down below 35, again, this is worst case scenario. We let them in the game with 35. Less than that, I think we'll be looking good.
All right, 45-35. I'm locking you in.
Coach Coop, you're the man.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate you. Next time I'll be able to address you properly by name. And this was your first time calling in, correct?
Yes, sir.
Heck yeah. So we got 2 first-time callers tonight. So I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for watching. Thank you for calling into the show. And hopefully, we're celebrating being 10-1 tomorrow.
Absolutely, man. Hey, we're on the trend up, man. We need that double-digit win.
Heck yeah. All right, appreciate you, bro.
All right. Take care.
All right, peace. Hey, first-time callers, look, I know some people were questioning, hey, Coop, I thought we said lightning round. I really enjoy giving love to first-time callers because we love first-time callers, man. Love it, love it, love it. Eric Posada, good to see you, my man. Angel as well, appreciate you. Darlene came in to tie that top dono spot with Mr. Martinez. Darlene! Thank you for the love, Darlene. Thank you for the Big 10. Is that a lemon? Is that a dancing lemon? That's interesting. Zach Jones with the 2, throwing more salt in the wound. Cam Kitchens, Georgia Tech legend. He did that more than once. Would I take him? Yesterday? Yes, sir. I would. Yep, I would. It's been tough to watch Jaden Harris at times, and a lot of us were calling for Zaquan. Zaquan came in at one point when Jaden Harris went down. He struggled a little bit. You would expect that at times, but oh, man. Man, oh, man. It's been rough. So we are going to do a true lightning round here. I'm going to take about 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes, and we have to wrap things up so we can get prepped and ready for tomorrow. A true lightning round, as long as people go quick. If we even limited the calls to 1 minute apiece, that could mean 5 more callers. It could go quick. What's up, VT? So if y'all will promise me we make it quick, get you in here. I want people to have a shot at the 250. So no disrespect. We'll make them quick. We'll get your score prediction. And we'll wrap this thing up and we'll get ready for tomorrow. So give me a call. 865-229-4131. Hey, Zach's a man that knows what he wants. All right?
Co-op, just shut up and dance.
Yo, Metal Guy, what's up?
Yo! What's up, Coop?
Bringing that energy. We got you. There was some weird stuff in the last one, right, where we lost you, or you hung up on me. I remember. You hung up on me.
No, I didn't mean to.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
My dad hung up on
your
you.
dad.
Not
Let's
me.
blame your dad.
Yeah.
I can get on that train. Let's blame your dad. That's insane.
Right.
He didn't want you to win the 250 because what'd you say you were going to buy with it?
Say what?
What'd you say you were going to buy with the 250?
I can't remember. That was a little while ago.
Okay. Well, maybe he didn't want you to buy whatever it was.
What?
So,
even though we lost the game, at least we're not FSU bad, right?
I mean, coming in with the jokes. I like it.
You know me, man.
We could be Florida State University. This is true.
You know we're not going to lose another game for the rest of the season. You confident about that?
Now, hold up. Are we talking about regular season or are we talking about beyond? We're talking conference championship, CFP. How far are we taking this when you say not losing another game?
Well, if you want complete confidence, I think we might lose against, one sec, let me check the bracket. I know it's lightning round. Sorry, guys. Let me just check the
I
bracket.
I think while you're looking, I think realistically, Syracuse is a bit scary. Just being honest, but I think that Miami beats Wake. I think they beat Syracuse. Beyond that, I'll be honest.
Here we go.
I would not lock in a guarantee of anything. If it's SMU and beyond, Miami has a chance in any game. That's the beauty of being a Miami fan. There's always a shot.
There's literally always a shot. You can.
We're not
you can never
UTEP,
doubt.
okay? We're not UTEP.
They're saying we're going to be number 3, apparently, which I personally, I say that's possible.
Yeah, the latest bracket had Miami playing like the winner of Georgia or who's the other team on there? I forgot.
I see
Georgia
Notre Dame
and
versus
Penn State,
Notre
maybe?
Dame. I see Penn State versus Tennessee.
Oh, okay. It might be different.
And I see Notre Dame versus Georgia.
And I mean, that's obviously more than likely that's going to change, right? So that's just projected if it were to happen today.
It's a possibility. It is not official.
Right. So, man, I don't know. I definitely feel decently confident in these last 2 regular season games, but beyond that, man, I don't know. It gets a little sketchy.
Yeah, especially within the last 2 free games. That's when we're on our toes. We're on our toes here.
Yeah. So let's get that Wake Forest prediction from you, since we are in a little bit of a lightning round here. I want to give you a chance to win the money.
All right.
So I'm going to kick us over to the score prediction, Cam.
All right, sponsored by Kim K.
Exactly. We got her up there in each corner.
All right. Oh, watch out for hurricanes down there. I can see the flags.
All right, I'm ready when you are.
All right, man. So I have Miami at 38. Not the greatest win, but still a win nonetheless. And I have Wake Forest at 22 points.
22.
All right. I'm not sure about my dad. I'm going to kick you over to him.
Okay.
Hey, Coop. How you doing?
What's up? I'm doing pretty good.
Hey, man.
I can't complain,
Good.
man. I got to say, actually,
All right.
I like the prediction, the 38-22, because that's kind of different. When I say different, not in a bad way. As in everybody else is like 52, 55, 58, 38-22. I like that. What's that? Let's see. Hold on. Just to make sure I don't misspeak. Okay, so that's got that's a 16-point win. I've got an 18-point win, not covering the 25. I like it. What do you got?
Honestly, I haven't put too much time into my prediction.
Those are the ones that win. I'm just going to tell you.
I know. That's why, and it's the first time I've done it this year where I, haven't really put a whole lot of thought into it. So I'm going with something I would like to see, right? I would be happy if this were the score. So I'm going to throw that out there and we're going to see what happens. So I'm going to go with Miami 62.
Ooh, okay.
And Wake Forest 21. Because I think it would be so cool if we could bust out a 60 burger
for the final regular season home game.
Exactly. Xavier Estrepo, 3 touchdowns, and Morgales kicks a 55-plus yard field goal at some point.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
That it's a requirement that they have to kick a field goal this week after what happened in the Georgia Tech game. They're going to have to let him kick a field goal. So
yeah,
I got y'all locked in. Let's make it official here. 38-22 and 62-21. I got y'all locked in. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, being active in the comments and stuff, calling in each week. I appreciate y'all for real.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, honestly, I don't think I comment all that much. I just like to watch the show. I don't get a chance to participate too much, but I let my son call in
which is great because I don't have to do the dialing. I just give him the phone and let him do all the dialing for me.
There you go.
So
yeah, they say it's pretty tough. They say it's pretty tough, but So I appreciate y'all. You have a good one.
All right, man. Yep, you too. Go Canes. Wake and bake, wake.
All right, peace out.
Out. Peace out.
Love it, love it, love it. I love whenever like the whole family can get involved, right? So like a father-son thing, the son gets to watch and call in and comment and stuff, and then the dad can do the same. That's really cool. That's really cool. And I like that, right? He said I'm gonna predict what I want to see happen. So just disclaimer. He's saying that's what he wants to see. I'll throw it out there. Maybe it happens, maybe it don't, but that's what I want to see happen. So that's big. That's big for sure. Get a couple more. I said when I started this stream to myself, I said I'm not going to stream until midnight because I have so much work to do to prep for this game tomorrow. And now look at me. Look at what I'm doing. It's cause I like y'all a little bit, all right? Yo, who we got tonight?
Hello.
What's up?
It's Jacob.
Is that your YouTube username?
No.
Okay. Do you want me to save you as Jacob
Sure.
for future calls? Okay, good deal. I just want to make sure. So that way, this is your first time calling, correct?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So 3, count them, guys. 3 first-time callers tonight. That's awesome. So since you're a first-time caller, just to verify, we are in a bit of a lightning round, so we're trying to go quick, but I do want to check something here. Are you a Miami fan?
I'm a Miami fan.
Okay. There was a little bit of hesitation there. I sensed a bit of hesitation.
What do you mean hesitation?
I don't know. It was yeah, I'm a Miami fan. Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay. I didn't know if you were an undercover Wake Forest fan because I would love to meet one. I didn't want you to think you had to pretend like you're not because I've still yet to find one.
I'm not a Wake Forest fan.
Okay, good deal. Good deal. All right. So I'm going to kick us over to the score prediction cam here. You know what's on the line here. $250 if you can get this right. And I don't want to hear anybody say it's not possible because it's happened before. So what are the magic numbers for this game tomorrow? What do you got?
I got 60-20 Miami.
60-20. Is that correct?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to lock you in, Jacob.
All right.
All right. 60-20, first-time caller, Jacob. Hopefully next time we can get you in when it's not a lightning round and we can kind of chop it up for a few minutes. But I'll save your number so that way next time you call in, I'll know that it's Jacob. And I do appreciate you calling in and taking some time tonight, my man.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Best of luck.
Bye.
All right. Peace. All right. Yo, I feel like we're making history here. Aren't we? That is 3 first-time callers tonight. That's wild. That's wild. 60-20 from Jacob. All right. Now, I'm thinking about wrapping up. I'm getting very tired. I'm getting very, very tired. I can maybe get 1 or 2 more if we make it very quick. I'm getting dog tired though. I'll open it up here. We'll try to grab 1 or 2 more quick ones, and then we're gonna call it. Mr. Cheese, what's up?
And I'm back. It's been a little bit of a hiatus.
He returns.
Yeah. First one from my dorm. I just realized that.
From your dorm?
Eugene, yeah.
From his dorm at the University of Oregon.
Oregon. Yep.
Man, so you got
And
two ranked teams. 2 teams inside the top 10. That must be a great feeling.
Oh, it's an amazing feeling, Coop. Especially after going onto the field after beating Ohio State. as an Oregon fan, I was like, yay, we actually we have a proven winner. As a Miami fan, it's like, fuck you, Ohio State. That's for 2002. Sorry for my language. But my Miami fandom took more control over the Ohio State game than Oregon.
You're a grown
But
man
that
now.
was-
You're in college, so, you know, you can curse if you want to.
Thank you.
So-
But yeah, tomorrow should be a really good day for me because Miami's obviously going to beat Wake Forest. I did think earlier this season, if we weren't going undefeated, I was going through the games in my head. I'm like, what games are possible to drop? And Georgia Tech was one of them. And while you may disagree with the fact that this loss was a good thing for Miami, I do think so. Because at the end of the day, every single week, Cam Ward has been saving our butts. Last week, he couldn't do it, so that's finally showing the defense we're not invincible. We actually have to step up and play. Because in those second halves, we have stepped up to play.
Sometimes you just have to agree to disagree, and that's okay.
That is perfectly
That's
fine.
fine. I respect your opinion just the same, and you could be right. You could 100% be right. And I would hope that your take would be the right one, right? Like as a Miami fan.
Yeah.
I want to see them bounce back. I want to see them play better than ever, and it could happen. It could happen. Nothing's impossible. So daytime, I'm going to kick us over to the score prediction cam and get you in here right quick. What you got for me?
Give me 52-14 Miami.
52-14. Another 50 burger for the Canes. I'm going to lock you in daytime.
Tomorrow should be a great day. A Canes win. And tomorrow the Ducks will be the last undefeated team in college football. Mark my words.
All right. Daytime Cheese, I appreciate you calling in tonight, my man. I got you locked in.
Go Canes and go Ducks.
All right. Appreciate you, bro.
Bye-bye.
All right. And that is going to do it for me with the call-ins. Coop is beat. Coop is beat. I ain't going to lie. Awesome stream. I appreciate the support tonight. Ty in the top dono, Martinez and Darlene with the 10. I appreciate y'all. Love from Zach Jones tonight. Straight Street 6, Tropigal, Flicks, Shorts, the 5 gifted from Randy. We also had DJ, Keith Parker, Glenn G. Who am I missing? I don't want to miss anybody. I think I got y'all. DJ as well. Jay Wood. That's who it was. Jay Wood 305. I appreciate y'all very much. As you can see, Max maintained his excitement level. He loves these. Check this out. Here. Hold on to something. You're going to get dizzy. Hold on. Woo, hold on. One more. Oh yeah. He is he's all in. He's all in. You can see how excited he is. Does anybody else have dinosaur jammies on their dog, or is it just me? Probably just me, isn't it? What is it everybody says? Sleeping like he pays the bills. That boy's conked out like he just came off of a 14-hour shift at the factory. You got to love those dino jammies, though. Look at these up close real quick. Look at these. That boy, he's a male. He's a Staffy Bully mix, I believe. We rescued him from the shelter. about eight or 9 months ago. It's been like 8 or 9 months now, I think. Now, he's goofy as heck, man. But I love it because I'm goofy. I'm goofy, right? So he fits my personality. And people, I've showed him in the pajamas before, and people are like, why are you putting clothes on him? He's a dog. He loves it. He's very short hair, and he gets cold. It's about to be wintertime here, and he loves it. He gets mad when I take it off of him. Heck, he's got a flannel, too. I've got a flannel for him. He loves it. Kerry, what's up, man? Just got back from watching Luke Nickel. Ridiculous that he's not a 5-star. Hey, that's fine. That's fine. We want to keep, hey, no more attention, right? No more attention on that guy. What are you talking about? They don't need it. Nobody, no more offers, no more attention. Just come on down. Hey, Miami respects what he's got. Yeah, But yeah, man, a fantastic football player. Would love to have him stick and stay. Would be a great addition. And that's really cool that you get, living in that area where you do, getting to see him in person. That's very cool. That's very, very cool. You say they won't lose? You're confident? Okay. All right. Destination TV got Miami 42-17. All right. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the love tonight, for real. Don't forget that I will see you tomorrow for the live watch party for the game. I'll have links to watch it for free if you need it. It's going to be aired on ESPN. Let's bring the energy tomorrow. Look, I'm going to be rolling out of bed. That's early for me because I go to bed super late or early, depending on how you look at it. But I'll be tired. I'll be groggy, but I want to bring the energy even at home for this game. I want to take it in. I want to enjoy the moment because this season is starting to come to a close. Even if Miami were to play in the conference championship, make it to the college football playoffs, we're on the tail end of football. Really think about it. We are. So let's enjoy each and every game. Let's have fun with it. Let's make the most of it. Let's have a good time. Let's have a good time.
Last second Hail Mary for some gas money.
Bahama SC straight to the PayPal with the 305. Thank you. Thank you, Bahama. Thank you for the love. It was good to see you in here as well tonight, Dion. Appreciate you, bro. So you guys know what to do. Give me that big all caps Go Canes if you're a Miami fan. I can't. This is the first time in history I think we've never even had a sighting of an opposing team's fan. Like, period. Not in any video, not in the comment section, not on Twitter. Nowhere to be found. Unless, wait. Unless they take the lead tomorrow at any point, and they'll come in waves. It'll just be Wake Forest fans just out of nowhere. Where'd y'all come from? Didn't know you existed. What's going on? But right now they're rarer than Bigfoot right now. Straight up. I'll see y'all tomorrow.